Hello, welcome to Rano Particulo. We are particulizing. Yeah. So we're just grabbing some. This is one of the particle effects around Particulo. Please excuse the background. Oh my god, this sword looks so cool. So and also there's a bunch of stuff over there. These are all randomly generated particle effects. Look at this sword. Oh my god, hold on, dude. I dork out over this, dude. Like I'm like everybody. People probably out there like, oh dude, Jim's trying to hype this. No. I am still amazed. I'll put this on. I don't have time to sort this. I don't even know what that is. It's like this looks cool, but I don't know what it is, so it's unsorted. Then we'll go to this. This is pixelated. It's like the pixelated. That is cool, right? Little sword. If you had like an altar to a sword or whatever, and this came from all angles of it, that'd be super cool, right? Praise Jesus, I only worship God, you know. But like if you think in like video games, say if there was a sword that's channeling power, like a big, like a sword in the stone kind of thing, you know. And they could have various sconces you can put a sword in. But anyway, long story short, this is pixelated. I think it looks like 8-bit, you know. It's like it doesn't have to be 8-bit. Just kind of like give me vibes 8-bit. Look, I'm trying to see what we got here. Oh, you know what? I'm supposed to take this off to see where it helps a little bit. Ooh. It's pretty cool. I'll be like unsorted. Or this particle, right? I have like plain particle. Emission? Is there emission? I didn't make an emission. I didn't make an emission. This is a basic emission system. I forget what it was. Here's. Uh, what is that? Hold on. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, put this on the mission. I don't know. Like, there's so many things going on, you know. This is cool. I'll put this under the sea. I feel like I have under the sea vibes here, right? There could be like this one place that's like little things around like some of those sea anemones, not anemones, but those like those little polyps or whatever that like the plants that look like they're like cones and stuff. So fanciful. That's that'd be an emitter. Emitters are just like little particles. I don't know what they really call them, but like, that's something. Because I'm sorted. You don't know what it is. Like, unclassified. This should be a flamethrower. Okay, I'm gonna go do like a little stream on I'm gonna get to a live stream because I want to this should be a flamethrower. Okay, I'm gonna go do like a little stream on it doesn't it's no way of there's no way of linking this. So it should be a way of linking it. It's live. If I click it, no, it's just whatever. I want the fast link. You know what? Discord. Let's keep going. That's pretty. That's like legit pretty. That's an all-star. That's an emitter. A big cone. Ooh, that's a neat line. If I don't get, if it doesn't hit me on the feels, I keep moving on. Just like any art, when you do art, you want to be hitting the feels. That's a cone. If it hits you in the feels, then it has something, right? And you want to put that in your art. People, a long time, people have been writing movies wrong. That is cool. They've been writing the movies like we're trying to like, okay, what's funny? We'll try and put it down. Let's find we got a situation. How are we gonna make this situation funny, right? They try and make situations funny. The better thing to do is just have funny situations that you hit in kind of real life, and then chain them together into a. That's like legit cool. To me, this is an all-star. I know why. Like, hit me in the feels, right? It hits you in the feels. Like, it hits you in the feels, right? Ooh, this is neat. I'll put this under a line. In case people just showed up right now, there's like crazy amounts of particle effects here. We're going through them one at a time. Oh, look how many particle effects it's generated. You're crazy. I love when God helps you, you know? Ask God, hey, God, help me. This is like a line. Actually, this is a Starfighter General. It's an all-star, but Starfighter General trumps the all-star. All-star trumps everything else. Look out! It's the Riddler. That's right. Kona, Kona question marks. Kona confusion. It's just the Kona confusion. This was like a sword explosion. Oh, dude, that's actually a attack. You throw it out and the swords just explode. That's straight up an all-star. Oh, dude, we have the all-star attack, man. We got attack. Create. Folder. Spell. I mean, like, spell attack. I mean, these are spells, right? That would be straight an all-star spell. What's where we're at? Yeah, you throw that out, and then all of a sudden, like, you throw out, and the end of it's like, it explodes into swords. That's a professional sword. That's just horrific. Put that somewhere in, like a 3D horror game, and they'd be like, okay, there's a weird devil thing just going thing there. Weird devil things. Lord of God. Slide this. This to be unsorted. It's hard to say what this is at this point. The thing is, when you move it over there, you have to be able to like aim it. You know, aiming is OP. That's why aimbots are illegal. Not all particle effects are cool. Most are. Dude, this reminds me of like really old vector games like Omega Race and Asteroids. And what else you got going on? There's a couple of them like Lunar Lander. So this is gonna go under pixelated because it's just old vibes of old games. Like it's hard. It's hard to explain, but like I'm basically a walking museum, you know. That's neat. Whoa, that's unsorted. It's not. It's almost. It's almost. That's almost all star. Not quite. That's we go under weird. It's hitting me in the feels, but I don't know what's going on. It's like, oh, that's a nice little cone emitter. It's like it's crossing the bond between cone and emitter. To me, emitter is like little things that I find out. What the heck is that? Look at the YouTube. I'm gonna Twitter out. Like, you have to have some sort of general thing. Alright, okay, so that's that. Like, I mean, believe it or not, I'm gonna go on Gab. This is so stupid. Sometimes you have to advertise this stupid stuff, you know, whatever. Alright, then we go back here. So anybody tuning in now? Look how many particle effects we're gonna go through. Create. What is this? Hello. Oh, that's the. I don't even know why it's neat. So it's not quite an all-star, but it's gonna go unassorted. I have to kind of be chilling out. I fell down the stairs yesterday. Don't fall down the stairs. I mean, like, yeah. Ooh, lightning. So you go under electron. You're pixelated. There's something about that's like a there's a type of there's an art form that's like kind of like that with this, but like I don't like that art form. It's too minimalistic. But it's ooh, gotta be anomaly. If it's like it looks like a portal, it's anomaly. If it like puffs out to bloom, this is an emitter. It's little particles, emitters. This is unsorted. It's cool. That's the boring line. If those were bats, that'd be cool. So this is like needs work for like if you change that to bats or something, it'd be good because they're coming out like doo 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 doo. See, they're coming out like kind of like spooky, like a bats would move around and stuff. Listen to this guy. He's talking about why people do evil. Woo! That's like a key, man. That's an all-star. You can put that like you can put the glow in the key, and like you put that from all different angles, and you put the key. Like say, let me explain like how this would work, okay? So why is it an all-star? Things like this, where it's like it comes. Oh, where is it? Things like that, where like it's all. Oh my God! Hold on. It's sorted. So what happens is when it's like a bunch of things traveling to like one big glowy thing, that's one of the best, absolute best particle effects you can have. Because then you just put like a treasure there. Glow sword. Or different angles, you put a glow sword right in the middle. Feels like an awesome treasure you just got. You have to make things like feel like they're rewarding. Alright. Alright. You know what? I can jam with this. This would be code. Oh, it's under the sea. Like it's funny that like I basically have this really weird like I mean I know you guys are like liking the particle effects. I'm like my organization. I mean I'm like don't get me wrong. I like the particle effects too, but I'm liking my folder organization too. Ooh. The best part is this is a genre redefining. That's pretty cool. I'll put this in horror, but it's cool. Oh. I'm gonna go on Facebook real fast. I'm on Facebook for a second. That's why I'm doing this thing. You know what I should do? While I'm here, I could do like window capture. I'm gonna add a window. Hold on. Window capture. So you can watch the stuff when I do this. Where's window capture? Dang it. Display capture. Window capture. Add source. Dang it. Add source. No. Oh, here, Unity. Yeah, there we go. Right. There we go. But then I can put this on like this. Okay, so you can see it. So when I do that, like, oh, cool. We don't need a video capture device. There you go. Wait, what are we doing? So I can push slide this over to the right. I'm just trying to optimize this so like we screen real estate. All right. So this is a particle effect. So anyway, I'm doing on Facebook right now. Judging out things. You can drag and drop all those things. Uh, okay, so I have to. Right now. I'm going to go to YouTube. See Good News Jim. I have to figure out where my Okay, I got linked in my video, so that's cool. I want to like hold on. History. It's sometimes browsing the internet, you know. All right, here we go. We're gonna go back to here we go. Where we at? I need to get to. Here we go. So I'll show you how you use this. It's really simple to use this. So we'll either like navigate in the scene and click stuff like this. Then if you want to see it, you do this. But basically, all you do is use this. You hit play. You have to be able to hit the play button. I'm gonna. This is the way I like to do it. I wish there was a way to like go through these with like. That is neat. That's gonna be unsorted. Like it's like 1 in 3 of these are like a saber. Like 1 in 5 are like awesome, like super awesome. We'll see. This is a standard sword cone. My back's so out of place. I fell on the stiffs. Dropped a bucket of water. Ooh, that would be bloom. Blooms are like little puffers. They come out like a little puff. That's just the standard emitter. I don't know if I want that though. It's not high quality. Right now I'm becoming like a particle effect snob. That's neat. It goes under sorted. Glora. Yeah. So praise God, man, for like he helps me code. I'm just shifting the entire industry at this point. People are trying to ignore this. They like to ignore stuff that's like a complete industry shift. But this is where we're at. So unsorted. Yeah, unsorted, whatever. Because what happens is like you can have like your 5-year-old kid do this. Okay, that's a line. That's pretty cool, right? What you do is you have something like this. Okay, so where is that? Where is that? Where is that? Where is that? Well, you know what we have here. So we're going here. Let's go. I want to show you how you can use these. Okay, so I'll show you like the general use cases because some of these are like you see the same particle effect over and over again. Like that's a lot of particle effects. If you hit like if I had spacebar, it'll generate more of them. Come back in an hour, like or 2 hours, cube will be twice as big. Let it run all day. The cube will go on for like ever. So anyway, like, let's go to this line. I want to show you how to use this line. How to use some particle, like general use cases of particle effects. Like this one here. That's not the one I wanted. Oh, where is it? Does it go to the top? I know I put it somewhere in here. I thought I grabbed it. Oh, anyway. This is it. Oh, this is some of the particle effects I saved, which is cool. I like doing this. You feel like you're cool, like you're like you put this on like VR. You're like you're suddenly a laser guy. Like and like I like literally did no work whatsoever. I just hit play. I hit the play button. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just fun just playing with this. Yeah. Anyway. Well, what is this one? Where is this one? What's one should do? Excuse me. Okay, so we got this 1.222. Is that the bottom one right here? No, 1222. There you go. So it's 122. Oh, you see, it's organizing it by the name. I don't know why I would do that. Okay, anyway, so let's just we're gonna show you how you use a particle effect, the general use case for particle effect. So it makes that, okay. Then we do this, and then I think you have to rotate it. Like what is it? Rotate right here, and then we do this. With this like this, and then like you take this, you copy, you paste, and then you would like rotate those. Right. Oh wait, I copy paste like two. So I'm gonna copy paste these ones, CD, and then I would like rotate those ones. I think rotate. Or is it? Hold on. What the heck? I like navigating in Unity sometimes a little bit troublesome for me. It's just because I'm not. Anyway, let's move them up. What the heck? We're totally not even moving the particle systems. I thought we just copied these things right here. Did I maybe not? Maybe I have to duplicate. Control shift control duplicate. That might be it. Oh yeah, there it goes. I think I wasn't duplicating it. No. Oh, you know what the problem is? Maybe. Alright, listen. Wait, what the heck? Control C, Control C, Control C, Control V. Okay. Why did particle system not duplicating? It's not duplicating? How do you duplicate a particle system? Like, don't mind me. Okay, anyway, well, just drag and drop from over here. Like I said, I'm not, they say, like, you see what I'm saying? Like, I'm using this particle effect system where, like, I'm saving and doing this, but I'm not a particle effects professional. But, like, I'm going to become one, it looks like. And just like you could become one, too, if you, use it, so. I don't know why it won't let me copy it, like. Unity's weird, man. Like, you think, like, okay, I duplicated it, I should be able to copy. Anyway, and I'm just like spitballing this right now. Like this is not professional work right now. What I'm doing here. I'm just showing you how you can use this to like signify a really special like weapon or something, you know. So you got that, you know, and then you put it here. You over here and then like you say it's coming from all angles, and you can imagine like it coming from like. You know, like, and then like right in the center of that, you see how like it's all like, it's like it's power is channeling to that, right? This central location. And then you put like a sword that comes in there, and it's like, or like an orb, you know. And like there's plenty of things where like it's a common like it's like a trope or a meme or like I don't know. There's a word for it. Paradigm. And the paradigm is like a method. Like basically, I'm changing the paradigm by bringing this thing in. This will help you if you're a professional, this will help you brainstorm. Not a professional, you can make professional effects. You literally will be a professional instantly. And I'm not overhyping this at all. This is a complete shift in the industry. We are shifting the industry. with this one program. It should be worth thousands of dollars. I'm gonna sell it for like 150. If you want to, you can barter with me now and get it before it's 150, man. In a couple, just a couple bucks, man. Like some Magic the Gathering cards or like some crypto or whatever. Okay, so anyway, we're gonna go back to our previous scheduled program. I just want to show you a use case scenario for those particles. So I'm gonna go back. I don't know where we're at. It doesn't matter where you're at. They make more. Okay, so we'll go to this. I like to turn this off so I can focus on it. Oh, we've been through here, I think. I'm gonna do the Shift F. So when you use Shift F, it's jittery. Dude, is that fish? Is this koi? What was it? It's like, is this fish? Dude, that's a straight fish, man. Dude, I'm gonna keep. Like, it's not the best. It's like the fish are falling into oblivion. All right, where this goes? This is. That's an all-star to me. It doesn't deserve to be all-star, but like the first time I saw a fish, and it's like kind of cool. I've never seen fish before in my life. Are fish real? Pretty sure that's a fanciful thing. Oh, you know what? If you Shift F it, like it. So this is part. This will be down to pixelated. Anything that just seems really crisp, okay, crisp and sharp, and yet it provides an effect. That's the thing. This is, what are those? Are those wraiths? It's like ghosts or something, like ghost knights. That's kind of spooky. That goes under horrors. By the way, when you get the random particular, you will actually be getting all these particle effects that you see me collecting here. This is just a cone, boring cone. I'm almost bored of the cones. But no, I haven't picked a bunch of them up. I'm sorry. I put that in flowers. It's the fish flowers. It's just this type of it's like a flower bed, you know. Okay, we're not talking about this. Some cool stuff. Okay. That would be a bloom. Blooms where they come out and just like splatter against the wall. It makes like it's almost like an anomaly, a portal. This would be like this would be, see, like it's like coming into traffic. Do you want to take a right or left, and the road comes in that way? And then this would be cone, because like the blue, see, like it has a little bloom in there, like a little bloom, but it doesn't like stop at a wall. It's mostly a cone. So like there's some blended lines. It doesn't matter, you know, general classification. Then you know what you're looking for when you pull them into your game. This would just be, it's very small, very small, very small stuff submissions. Even if it's like see, like it could be a cone too, you know. This is it. What is that? I wish there's a way to like select. Like you're supposed to hit F and do it, but if you hit F, it does. If Control F, it does that. Let's Google that, man. Like, you can like the way Facebook algorithms work. You can change this. All right. So screw Facebook. Like I don't like social media, so that's why I spam it. They sent to me. All right, there we go. I mean, it's passable. Put down assorted. Oh yeah, I was trying to Google. How do I Google Unity focus in hierarchy? Selected. It's I don't know. That seems like neat. See? This is so stupid. Like there's no way. It doesn't work. The F key doesn't work. Not open. It literally, that's not how you look. Watch. I'm gonna hit F key. Watch. Try outside hit F key. No, you can't. You, like Like that's one of the, like it's a Unity bug. Like you should be able to like hit like F and like it shows up. But like watch, I'm hitting F. Alright, I'm gonna hit F right here. F. It's not F. Oh, you look. Oh, what happens is I think it doesn't like center on it. Like it's like I don't know. So it focuses, but it doesn't center. Scene. Zoom in. Selected. I mean, like. How do you unfollow? Shift plus. So shift plus S is it, but it makes it all jittery. I'll read more about shift plus S. Moved Command Alt F. So they're saying Alt F. Alt F. That's not Alt F, dude. Control Alt F. Control Alt F. Oh, that's what I want. So we have to go to editor hotkeys. They don't call it hotkeys. They call it shortcuts. Shortcuts slash hotkeys. So we're looking for what do they call it? A line. This will just become F. You're now F. Dude, let's see. Yes. So let's try this out. F. 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 Dude, what is this? That's trippy. Oh yeah. The problem is the line with view is like control. There's really no like just be like sane right outside. Let's see, Alt F. Says Shift F. Alt F. Shift F F. F F. F F. I say, like that does not help me either. The heck. Whatever. I'm like learning how to navigate. Like he's like, "Oh, Jim, you made this awesome tool," and then you're like fighting with Unity. So this is kind of cool. This is like a little fireball. Put this in a flamethrower, even though it's not quite a flamethrower. In case you're just joining us, that's what we're looking at. Ooh, lots of particle effects. Oh, and every time you hit play, it's something different. Yeah, let's go back to it. But you get to keep it all. You get to keep it all. Anything you want, you drag and drop into your own project. Okay, we're just doing F. That's neat. Puts me right in the middle of it, though. I don't like. Okay, well, this is cool. I like this. I don't know why I like this, but I like it. It's almost an all-star, but not quite. So it's unassorted. And I'm changing my hotkeys to. I don't want a line. How do you undo? Shift F, double F. Locks the scene view camera to the second dog view. How do you unlock it then? Just saying double F? Oh, you know what? I have to undo. Specific control F. Move to view. Wait. Move. Oh. Oh. I think that's what I wanted. F. Wait, son. Okay, yeah. Ah, this is what I want. This is what I wanted. Okay, good. Okay, now we got speed. Since we were able to get the hotkey, we can go fast. This kind of doesn't like doesn't zoom in very well, but this is neat. Okay, so we'll zoom in. Better than what before. Like it's like, is this under the sea or would this be like a cone emitter? Under the sea. This is under the sea. Whew, okay, sorry about that, guys. You had to go through me like mess with hotkeys. Ooh, this would be like a spell, all-star spell. It's like a sword cluster. Like the original spell here, I got a spell that's very much like that. It's like a sword. But add this one to it. Oh, and then we have to take off this thing. So, ooh, you can combine them together. Like, boom would burst out and then it would be like hanging there. Okay, I want to get back to here. Scroll up a little bit. Let's start from the bottom. So if you double tap it, you get closer. What is that? I don't know what it is. So it's unsorted. If it hits really hard, it's all star. But if I don't know what it is, it's like all star unsorted. Really good. That's neat. We get some pace here. I mean, that's kind of cool. Unsorted. This is like totally changing the paradigm. It's like if you're not a professional, all you gotta do is what I'm doing. Drag and drop ones you like. Okay, this is all you do. Hit play, and you wait for it to populate a little bit, and you drag and drop what you want. That's all you need to know. Literally all you need to know. If you are a professional, sometimes you can do better work by tweaking these things, right? So you just use these for brainstorm ideas. You're gonna see stuff you've never seen before. Here, I'm gonna go through fast. That's a cool line. Yeah, that's a cool line, right? I bought magic lasers one time. Like, you know, and this is better than lasers. It's better than magic lasers asset. It's like a horror one. That's horror. It's trippy. Like the trippy face is just like, it's like, oh, we're a bunch of souls are lost. Oh no. All right, that would be horror, bro. We don't. I like this. It's like yin and yang balls. To be honest, this is like an all-star to me. Pretty sure no one's up on the internet at 6 a.m. That's how it is. Internet. Everybody sleeps on the internet. This is internet just like sleep. I'm gonna go fast in here. I'll look for some really crazy stuff. Okay, this is flower. This is definitely a crazy thing. This is an all-star, but it's also flower. Straight up, that's insane. It looks like a tail whip, dude. This is like a straight up all-star of all-stars. And see, remember how I had the things that like connected? Particle effects and everything that ends in a glow, and you put all the glows around, and you put something there. You can all these connected, and you put that at the end of there. And put some glow at the end of it. Okay, so and like, even you can have the sword. If you have a glow sword, it ends in a glow sword. Put this the gathers into the end of the glow sword. And it all goes into one thing. You can make it look like one giant like altar to a crazy crazy end boss. You know, Lord of Jesus though. This is an all-star and a half, dude. That's insane. That's an insane. It's a tail whip of swords, dude. That's actually probably that might be the best particle effect I've seen. I mean, like from a technical standpoint. Let's look at this. No one's tail whipping things. Maybe it's not a tail whip. It just looks like a tail whip because of the angle. I'll get back to this with hotkeys. We're going through stuff real fast. Looking for some all stars. We're mining for all stars right now. Then we're it's normal particle effects. It's not an all star. We don't do it. Okay. To me, this is just a good. It's like a solid, pure particle effect. So it normally wouldn't be an all-star, but to me, it isn't. It's a cone, but it's a really good cone, right? So Like I just like it. To me, it's, if I like it, we're gonna do it. That's how you do it. You look, you like it, you like it, you like it, and then they can edit. Like I'm gonna, oof, what? Eh. I mean, it's cool. I mean, this would be like flamethrower. I mean, it's kind of cool. Like, like I said, if it provokes effect, you stop on it. That's horrific, dude. You have people falling to hell or something in there. Oh no! Not to make fun of hell or anything, but like it's like you like some horror movie like add to that. That adds to it. You have damage. Oh, what is this? This is neat. It's unsorted. I forget what's effect. Like I don't make fun of hell. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not doing that. You know. It's like just one of those. It's just it's just good in horror movie. Oh, wow. It's like a bloom. Different type of bloom. Blooms are like it goes out and then it just hangs there. Oh, something really prolific effect. What is that? Is that people? Is there people going into like one little thing? I wonder if I can edit this one. Like I'm going to straight up inspectoring this thing. Alright. Duration 3. Start delay. Where's velocity? Oh, start speed. I want to add speed to it. I think if you extend it, it might be like you can make it like a lot. Yeah, exactly. So that's 50. Let's try 500. What the heck? What the heck did I just do to that thing? That's trippy, man. It's like shooting out God. Like, it just went from like just weird to like horror. I'm just gonna drag and drop. That's the horror. So you can edit the stuff. Like I'm gonna make it so you can mate them and like what's it like asexually mate them and then like basically the fancy thing is it recalculates off of it. Zoom out a little bit. Like you can zoom off the like that's actually cool. Wow. Oh. Wait. No. I want this back. No. Yeah, that's what. No. No. What the heck? Why doesn't it let me like? What happened? What the heck? I need to find that one again. What? Not what I'm looking for. God, where'd you go? Oh, this is it. I think it is. To be honest, I don't know what it was, but I have it in my highlights. So. All right, I'm gonna go back to normal. I think we lost something that was really cool. Let's let it go. Do that all the time. Oh, that's an anomaly and a half. Should have that in space. What is that going on in space? So we'll put that in anomaly. Anomaly is going to Starfighter General, so just leave it there. My neck's so terrible right now. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Oh. Here, I'm gonna get the. So no, if anybody tunes in right now, ugh. It's just I'm getting like old man pills.
Therefore, I write these things being absent, lest being present I should lose sharpness, according to the authority which the Lord has given me for edification and not for destruction. Finally, brethren, farewell. Become complete. Be of good comfort. Be of one mind. Live in peace. And the God of love and peace be with you. Greet one another with a holy kiss. All the saints greet
Like I
you.
said, I fell down the stairs yesterday.
The grace of the Lord Jesus
I'm
Christ
trying to. I'm back. I'm back in the.
and the communion of the
Oh my
Holy
God! There,
Spirit
that was good.
be with
Thanks,
you
guys.
all.
You were out there praying for me. That's cool. Even retroactive prayers work sometimes too. I'm gonna put my thing foot through the door.
We
I'll
urge
pull
you,
up my back a
brethren,
little bit.
in Jesus, that you should abound
So
in the
anyway,
work
like what
of the
happens? You
Lord,
hit play here. I'll hit spacebar. It'll start
just
generating more.
as
If I'm not
also
using it,
you
I'll have to be in
know
game.
for
Be
your
in game to trigger
confidence in
that.
the hopes we gave
Hit
you through
spacebar.
the Lord Jesus.
So now, right now, it's
Let us
populating
therefore
one
keep
every. See, every time he does that like pop up right there, it's generating some.
attention
So I know what I'm
to
doing
this
is
mystery, that each of you should know how to possess his own vessel
it's
in the
generating one every
ministry
time you see that window right there. It's generating another particle
of the
effect.
heavenly blessing,
So it takes time to
according
generate
to the
particle effects.
mystery
Obviously, you know, with the calculator, it has to save the disk.
which
Has to
also
make, save the material disk. Has to,
also
it makes its own material. You know, it's making it like takes a material, randomizes like 3 properties across the other materials.
promised unto us. Therefore, he who rejects these
I get my
things
back in.
rejects God, who has also given us his Holy Spirit. But concerning brotherly love, you have no need that I should write to you, for you yourselves are taught by God to love one another.
Yeah, it's love
And
everybody, man.
indeed you do so toward all the brethren who are in all Macedonia. But we urge you, brethren, that you increase more and more, that you
Oh my
also
God,
may
that I
see
just I'm popping all over the place.
to mind your own business and to
You
work
pop a
together
couple times. You don't want to force too many more pops. You pop the wrong direction.
as profitable
Or
to
like,
those who are
oh
interested,
wow.
and that you may lack nothing. But I do not want you to be
Good
ignorant,
morning,
brethren,
guys.
concerning those who have fallen asleep,
Okay, I'm gonna stop generating. Then when you want to stop generating, you just hit spacebar again.
for if you
Because it's
believe
annoying to
that
generate
God
while you're working. Like, you don't even see the particle effects very
will
well.
furnish
I was trying to
all
delay it a little
things
bit.
to those who seek in Jesus. For this we say to you by the word of the Lord, that
Space.
we who are
So
alive
there we go.
and remain
Pretty simple. Pretty simple stuff.
unto
I'll probably put a delay in there, like
shall see
a
God with
2
us.
or 3 frame delay, so people don't
For the Lord himself will descend from heaven with a shout, with the
generate slower,
voice of
but
an
it helps people.
archangel, and with the trumpet
Mm.
of God, and the dead in Christ shall rise first. Then we who are
That's
alive
enough
and
dairy. Oh my God, this is
remain
so good. I could eat
shall
this all
be
day.
caught together in
This is
clouds
the
to
best thing
meet the
ever.
Lord
Greek
in the
yogurt with
air,
some fruit in it.
and thus we shall always be with the Lord.
I have to find the lid though.
Comfort one another
Uh,
with these words.
I'm gonna hit spacebar while I do it.
2. Therefore, I exhort first of all that supplications, prayers, intercessions,
Oh, there, I
and
found the
all these
lid.
things be made for
My
us,
back feels way, way better after doing that.
and for all who are in authority,
Praise God.
that we may lead a quiet and
Okay, so I'm
peaceable
gonna show you
life
how this is like an
in the
industry-changing
Lord.
thing.
For this is good and acceptable in
Industry,
the sight
just
of
don't
the
mind me.
Lord,
It's just another day of industry changing.
who desires all men
Completely
to be
industry and
saved
paradigm shift,
and come
everything.
to the knowledge of the truth. For there is one God and one mediator between God and men, the
All
man,
right, here we
Christ
are.
Jesus, who gave himself a ransom for all, to be testified in
Um,
due time.
so I have to
As he
spacebar, right?
was appointed a preacher
Spacebar.
and an
Okay, I
apostle,
said spacebar.
I am speaking the truth in Christ, not
Okay, let's
lying.
go back to.
Teachers of the
Start right in the
gospel in
middle.
faith and truth.
F.
I desire, therefore,
We'll go here.
that the men pray everywhere, lifting
That's
up
cool and
holy
everything, but
hands
like,
without wrath and doubting.
I don't want that.
In like manner also, that the women adorn
I'm looking for
themselves
all
in
stars.
modest
Ooh.
apparel, with propriety and
Oh, this gives me
moderation,
effect, right? What is this?
not with braided hair,
That's an all
nor with
star.
pearls
That
and
is
ornaments,
crazy.
but which is
I
the
won't even
true
have to. You don't have to
modesty,
explain why this is crazy. People know what the crazy is. They see
let
it.
the woman
They know
adorn
when they see it.
herself with
It's
all
crazy.
modesty. And I do
That's a
not
good
charge a
line.
woman to teach,
I mean,
but
it's
with authority over a
a
little,
line's 2 points, but there could be
even
2 points
Christ.
between the two.
For Adam was formed first,
I'm looking for just the
then
best of the
Eve.
best right now.
And
I'm
Adam
becoming
was not asleep
I'm becoming
when the woman was made.
a particle effect
For
snob.
transgression.
Particle
For
effect
surely
snob.
she will be saved in
Alright, even particle effects thumb says this is cool.
Chapter 7.
You know, this is actually a
Know ye,
spell
brethren,
within our all-star
according unto
spells.
the law, that the law has dominion over a man as long as he lives? For the woman who has a husband
That's
has
called,
no
this would
law
be your
over her
standard
as long as he lives.
bloom. So it all
But if
pops
her
out
husband
and has
dies,
one big fat
she is
wave,
released
okay?
from the law of her
Doesn't have to
husband.
end in like an end.
So then, if while her husband lives, she marries another man, she will be
This,
called an
I'm a
adulteress.
sucker for flamethrowers. Yeah, there's many different
But she
flamethrowers.
is free
There
from
are
the
many
law,
flamethrowers.
yet she is no longer
They're much
free,
like, but that's my
because she has
flamethrower right
been
there.
delivered. Therefore, my brethren, you also have become dead to the law
What is
through the
this?
body of Christ, that you may be married to another, to him
Why is this producing
who
effect in me?
raised from the dead, that we should
This
bear
is
fruit to
pixelated.
God. For when we were in the flesh,
It's like I think what happens is it overlaps past each other. Like the particle effects
now we
start
have
behind each
received
other,
fruit to
then
this.
they go through. Like
For now we have
they're
been
crossing
justified
traffic, right?
freely
I like that you can
by
zoom in and
faith.
out. This is actually exactly what. Oh, this is a good
That we
emitter.
should serve in the newness
It's a
of the
people
Spirit,
emitter.
and not in the
Oh, a
oldness of the
bloom. It's a
letter.
bloom. I meant to say.
What shall we say then?
Oh, dude, I feel
That
like
the
my
law
back's
sin? Certainly not. On
my
the
back's saying, "Hey,
contrary,
we're about ready to
for how
get
have we
pops."
known sin except through the law? For
Oh,
by
not
the
quite.
law is sin.
I should go to the
If the
chiropractor
law
so
were,
hard,
ye shall
but
not die.
I already. I'm like on the backlog owed of
But
money.
if the opportunity by the commandment
Ooh.
produced in me all manner
This
of
should be
good
lime, but it's
works,
electron. Like anything that's like electric.
apart from the
This
law,
is basically the
I do
Tron. This
nothing.
is Tron, okay? But I also put
This
electric in
I
there, so
hold
it's
without
electron.
law. But when the commandment came, sin revived, and I died.
Do 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 do.
And the commandment, which was to bring life, I found to bring death.
Okay, that's
For
trippy.
sin, taking occasion by the
Like I don't know
commandment,
what that is.
deceived me, and by
That's like
it,
a slug
wherefore
butterfly.
the law is holy,
Half
and the
butterfly, half slug.
commandment holy, and just, and
What's
pure.
this? This snow?
Has then what is good become death to me?
Snow,
Certainly
as
not.
far as I can tell.
But sin, that
If
it
you don't
might
know,
work sin,
snow.
was produced
You don't
apart
know.
from me through what is
I'm
good,
gonna zoom out a little bit.
so that sin through the commandment might
Okay, here we go. We
produce
should be able to gun through this.
righteousness.
Okay, that's
But
cool.
we know that the law is
Let's
spiritual,
sort it.
and I am carnal, sold under sin. For what I am doing, I do not understand. For what I will to do, that I do not. But what I hate, that I do. If then I do what I will not to do, I agree with the law that it is good.
This would be
Now
Starfire
it is no
General.
longer I who do it, but
It
sin
looks
that
like
dwells in me.
spaceship. It looks like
For I know that in
planets or
me, that is
molecules
in
or
my flesh, nothing good dwelleth. For to will is present with me, but
what?
how to perform what is good,
What is even that? What is
that is
spinning?
not
What is that? What is it?
For the good that I will to do, I do
It's
not.
pretty horrific,
But
whatever it
what
is.
I
That's gonna
will
go into
not to
horror.
do, that I practice. Now if I do what I will not to do, it is no longer I who do it, but sin that dwells in me. I find then a law, that evil is present with
That's
me,
cool and everything, but I don't want. I'm looking for
willing
all
to
stars,
do
like
it.
really all stars.
For I delight in the law of
If it's
God
something different,
according
like
to
no
the law
lines
of
or
my
anything.
mind. But I see another law in my members, warring against the law of my mind, and bringing me into captivity to the law of sin, which is in my members. O wretched man that I am, who will deliver me from this body of death?
And that's, to be honest, that's the all
Father
star.
God, through
I
Jesus
don't want to
Christ
explain it.
our
You can
Lord.
change that with whatever graphic it
For
is.
the mind
It's just the way that it moves.
is the law of God,
What the heck?
but the flesh, the law of sin. Chapter 10.
Bees.
My brethren, do not hold the faith of our
Fire
Lord
blue.
Jesus Christ
I used to have like a long.
with fraud.
I'm gonna do it again.
For
I have a save particle that's
there
called
is
like
becoming a
create
prophet among
folder
you, a man with gold rings and fine apparel.
bees
And there should also come in a poor man in filthy clothes.
bees
And you pay attention to the one wearing the fine clothes,
bees.
and
Where's
say
the
to him,
bees?
sit here at
Alright,
my
anyway, we'll go back
meals,
there.
and say to the poor man, you stand there, or sit here at my footstool. Have you not shown partiality among yourselves, and become
Please.
judges with evil thoughts? Listen, my beloved brethren, let us
I
not
like that I
exalt
found that my
ourselves
hotkey is
above
F is
measure,
now
but be
what is
rich in faith, and heirs of the kingdom which he
what is
promised
that?
to those who love him. For if
What?
you have dishonored the
What is
commandment,
this?
do not the rich
Dude, this is
oppress you
straight.
and drag you into the
God,
courts?
this is
Do
amazing.
not
Tell me
blaspheme
this
the
is not a
name of the
professional
Lord your
party
God.
effect. Like no one's gonna figure out that these.
If you really forsake
God,
the word of
man,
the law according
that's
to the flesh,
insanity, right? What just
then
happened
you
here?
reproach
I
yourselves.
randomized everything. Where
But
is
if you
this?
show
This is
partiality
Electron. This looks like
because of
Tron.
sin,
Say you
then
open up a core, a
the
computer
law is
core. Ooh.
transgressed. For whoever shall keep the whole law, and yet stumble in one
That's kind of okay.
mercy of all. For he who said, "Do not commit adultery," also said, "Do
Whatever.
not murder." Now, if you do not commit adultery, but you do murder, you have become a transgressor of the law. For you
What?
speak and so do as those who would
Oh my
enter into the
God!
law of liberty,
Look at this particle effect right here.
without mercy to the one who has shown no mercy.
That's like what you think about a question mark. It's like question marks.
What does it
What? Then
profit
it just sits there like,
if
what's
someone
going on?
should
Then
say,
you can tell God's on my side, man. My randomness is even bringing up stuff people can't even imagine.
if a brother
This
or
is beyond
sister
all star. This is like super all star.
food,
Wow, it
and if
blows
you
my
say
mind.
to them,
Praise you, God, man.
"Depart in
This is
peace,"
this is the industry changing software, by the way.
but you do not give them the things which are needed to the body, what does it profit? Thus also faith by
Just go
itself,
down, hit F all the time, all day
without
long.
works, is dead. But someone will say, "You have faith and I have works. Show me your faith without your
I
works,
put that in a
and I will
horror.
show
I don't
you
know what
my
that
faith
is.
by my works.
Like
You believe that
evil
there is
horns
no
or
God.
something. You know,
Well, even the demons believe when they
demon
see
horns.
God.
Yeah, that's what it's talk about.
Do
You
you
know,
want to know, O foolish man, that
Lord,
faith without works is dead? Was not Abraham our father justified by works when he offered Isaac, his son, on the altar? Do you see that faith was working together with his works, and by works faith was made perfect? And the scripture was fulfilled, which says, "Abraham believed
if
God,
it evokes
and it was
effect, I
counted to
save
him
it.
for righteousness, and he was called a friend of God. You see then that a
We
man
have
is
lots of these.
justified by works, and not by faith only. Likewise, was not Rahab the harlot also
I like
justified
ones
by
that end in the
works,
glow, like this
when
glow
she
stays at the
confessed
end,
to
because then you
Israel
can make
that
that as
she
like
had done
a
evil?
sconce. Like I put a bunch of
As
them
the
around
body
a
without the spirit is dead, so faith without works is
fishbowl.
dead also. Chapter 4. And again he began to teach by the sea, and a great
Like
multitude
this.
gathered to him.
Like if you say we have set one here, you have one on this side that ends on a glow and one here and glow, and like then you can put like a sconce on it. You see, like reverse it, so it's coming from all angles and centering in that one location. Then suddenly you have like a pillar of power. You know, you can signify a pillar of power. You know, so that's an all star.
But some seed fell by the wayside,
I should make a whole thing called Endy Glow. There's sometimes we want Endy Glows.
and without having
Oh,
any
cool.
root, immediately sprang up because it had no water.
It's not an all
And
star.
the
It's
summer
unsorted.
was past, because it had no root, neither did it grow.
I call it power. Glow
And
power.
he found the
Create
water
folder. So
and
glow
planted
power
it,
means like what you do is
and it grew.
you aim them all together, and you have a glow power sconce, right?
And when the crop was planted, he cast it into the
So
sea.
if this glow power hovered at the end, you're good. Well, this is part. This is a good. It's a good pixelator.
He who has ears to hear, let him hear. So when he was alone, those around him said, "Asking him what he meant by saying this. And you
It's
who
like
know
character creation. You just like roll past the guy with all 18s, going so fast.
outside of all things
This
concerning God,
is trippy.
saying,
I'm getting like Twilight Zone.
Lest the
You're
day
entering it.
should serve you,
A time and a space, leaving a time and a space you were before,
do not
never
understand.
return before
How
or
then
again.
shall
Just
you
think about it a lot. Like, why would I leave that space? And the choice. Oh,
And these
what is
people
this?
listen for the word of sight. When they hear, faith comes immediately and takes away the beginning of the
I don't know
sight.
what that is. It provokes effect and it's neat. That provokes effect was neat.
Then spoke the Son. Who, when they hear the word, believe
Welcome to random particulo.
and believe in the Son also will be made
It's like a
perfect.
flamethrower,
After this,
kinda,
the tribulation of
kinda
Christ
cool.
arises for the word of sin,
This is just it's just neat to look at, dude. Like, praise God, there's pretty things to look at from this thing.
no more
This is way
judgment.
better than I thought it'd be. Like, I'm legit like sandbagging $1 million project MMO because I'm like allured by my own graphics.
Besides, the angels testify,
All right,
saying,
I'm talking logic to myself.
"There
Ooh,
is one
this is
standing
horror, dude. Like, what the heck? It look like Blair Witch Project shit right here.
and sits there.
I don't even do this. All I have to do is hit play. All this stuff happens. Tell me this is not awesome. You tell me this is not awesome. There's that sword whip that's really awesome. I like that. It's my favorite one. I mean, that's pixelated enough. Like special treasure. You know what? I am where I go. This is some Blair Witch Project stuff too. Oh, this is creepy as well. Everything's turning creepy. When you start humming the Twilight Zone, everything becomes creepy. Is that clocks on that guy's head? That's also horrific. Everything started turning horrific. I think it's just the frame of mind, you know. So creepy. That's legit creepy. We were. That's cool. Like I'm gonna put this on trippy just 'cause like I want a bunch of things to trippy just to throw on the screen. All right. Okay, I'm about ready to generate a bunch of particles. I'm gonna go back through here. What is that? Grim Reaper. Grim Reaper wall with glowing. Dogs. Watch out. Dog ball. That's kind of horrific. Dude, there's a lot of horrific things going on here, man. Why is this? It's supposed to be happy, fun. Here, we'll make it unhorrific. Yay, it's all glowing. Everything's glowing. Let's look around. You can look around just like, you can do it like this way too and see what you want. That's terrific as crap. Looked happy from far away, but then like you get close up and it's a bunch of like faces. Oh no! I can't even see my mouse cursor right now. Oh man, I can't. Where's my mouse cursor at? Okay, there it is. And if you want to turn off the background to see what you have selected, there we go. You gotta mess with the gizmos and stuff so you get that. Dude, everything's terrific. Why is that? Alright, we're gonna get some happy stuff. I'm tired of horrific stuff. Look at purples down here. I'm looking in your direction, purple. Oh, that's my purple thing I wanted before. If I'm a mouse, it's straight crazy when you can't see your mouse cursor. This is what I want to see here. It's like a magic. It's like a guy with a magic shield. Oh, you know what? This goes under magic. All-star magic spells. You like cast a spell. And it's like a shield that goes out in front of you. All right, we're gonna drive around here a little bit. We need like, oh, cascading pixelation. That's beautiful. I want to put that on pixelated, but that's super all-starry. Make sure I got the right one. Sometimes you click on it. I did not click on the right one. I have no idea what I just put in all-star right now. Alright, let's look around for some more cool stuff. What is this? What is this? I want to see this by itself. What is this? Dude, I am tired of horror stuff right now. Like this, it's good and it's past. It's like a above average horror thing, like a little salamander lizardy thing. But I am tired of horror stuff. I just literally next horror thing I'm not putting in here unless it's super awesome. How did I click that, man? That's what I wanted. This reminds me. This is some. This is if you get some like. If this was just your introduction to your game, you scroll through it like you scroll the. Like, welcome to the. This is Seven Samurai. Goes like the wind. Yasuo is like the wind. He both sucks and he blows. This is some serious. This is serious samurai intro. This is stuff you put in like a James Bond intro. If James Bond was a samurai. All right, so we're this is like a freaking straight up movie trailer. This is like the best of best. Like I have to put it on Earl Star. Straight up movie trailer. That's how good this is. Oh, by the way, I lost the special effects for that. This is the one of the this like I said. This looks like a. I mean, this is like you start like, woo, wah, 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 but like samurai modes. This is anime. Like there's a million things. This is an all-star as of all stars, dude. Like I mean, like just finish straight. It doesn't make sense, but it is. Okay, let's drive around more. Let's see some more cool stuff. Jesus rules. Jesus, man, I like to be like the maker of this art form. It's nice to be an artist, dude. Who's an artist that makes like I should give this to my boss, Bob Weaver. Hey, you know what? I'll give it to Bob Weaver right now. Okay, I give this a good look so you can see what it looks like, and then you can watch this. I'm gonna change the view of my camera here. The video lens. So I'm actually going to Facebook to promote it to my.
Now when he had said these things, he cried with a loud
Check
voice,
that, Bob.
Lazarus,
Bob, do you have a?
and he who had died came out bound hand and foot with grave clothes, and his face was wrapped with a cloth. Jesus said to them, Loose him and let him go. Then many of the Jews who had come to Mary and had seen the things Jesus did believed in him. But some of them went away to the Pharisees and told them the things Jesus did. Then the chief priests and the Pharisees gathered a council and said, What shall we do? For this man works many signs. If we let him alone like this, everyone will believe in him, and the Romans will come and take away both our place and theirs. Then one of them, Caiaphas, being high priest that year, said to them, You know nothing at all, nor do you consider that it is expedient for us that one man should die for the people, and not that the whole nation should perish. Now this he did not say on his own authority, but being high priest that year, he prophesied that Jesus would die for the nation, and not for that nation only, but also that he would gather together in one the children of God who were scattered abroad. Then from that day
It was a dude. You know it's of God when like you talk about. Well, maybe it's not really talking about it. Like, what happens is actually it's not of God to talk about something and to show up on Facebook because like, I want to tell you something that's the most creepy thing ever, right? Okay, most creepy thing ever. I'm like me and my friend are talking about like Mary Poppins, and I say extracalifragilisticexpialidocious or something, and I go on Facebook and it's trying to advertise me a T-shirt for extracalifragilisticexpialidocious, like right there. Like so, if I said my teacher Bob Weaver and then it shows up, it's boom. You know what I'm saying? Like,
one knew where he was, and reported, that they might seize him. Chapter 9.
these things like complementary each other.
Keeping the first covenant had
I
made
knew it'd give me
Moses
somewhat
and
completely
Aaron
irrelevant to what I was looking
the
at.
earthly sanctuary. For a tabernacle was prepared, the first part, in which was the lampstand, the table, and the showbread, which is called the
But
sanctuary. And behind the second veil, the part of the tabernacle which is called the holiest of all, was the
someone
table
messaged
of
me.
the censer, and the ark of the covenant, overlaid on all sides with gold, in which were the
What's
the
that?
pot that had the manna, Aaron's rod that budded, and the tablets of the covenant. And above it was a cherubim's glory overshadowing the mercy seat. Of these things we cannot now speak in detail. Now when these things had been thus prepared, the priests always went into the first part of the tabernacle, performing the services. But into the second part the high priest went alone once a year, not without blood, which he offered for himself and for the people's sins committed in ignorance. The Holy Spirit indicating this, that the way into the holiest of all
Someone
was not
mentioning me?
through
Well, how do you
animal
mention people?
sacrifice while the
I have a
first
bump, but up.
tabernacle was still standing. It was symbolic for the present time, in which both gifts and
Alright,
sacrifices
let's get
were
back to
offered,
this.
which
I
cannot
want to see
perfectly
this thing right here.
perform the service perfect in regard to
That's not what I want to see.
ordinances, concerned only with foods and drinks,
That's what I want to see.
and
Yeah.
various washings,
This looks neat. It's like it's just a standard flamethrower,
opposed in
but like to me, it
contrast to
looks cool.
ordinances. Christ came as high priest
See what
over
happens
the
is it's really light. See how it's like the density is low here, and it gets glower and glower as it goes forward.
with
That's
hands, that
awesome.
is, not
It's
with
gonna be under
physical hands, not with the blood of
glow
goats and
power, because you
calves,
can put that in glow
but
power.
with his
So what you
own
can do is you can have
blood,
this
he entered
all
into
wrapped
the
around and all end on that one thing, and you put like a sconce in the middle. So what you put is put your sconce in the middle there,
with the blood of
and
bulls
then
and goats, and the ashes
you
of
put all
kings,
the you aim the glow like glow here, glow here, glow here.
and
And they all
with
come
the
from every
blood of
angles, and then
Abel.
boom. This would be like a
Afterward
trope.
shall the blood of Christ,
I mean, this is kind of
who
neat.
through the eternal Spirit offered himself without spot to God, cleanse a man conscious from dead works to serve the living God. And for this reason, he is the mediator of the new covenant, by means of death, for the redemption of the transgressions under the first covenant, that those who are called may receive the promise of the eternal inheritance. For where there is a testament, there must also of necessity be the death of the testator. For a testament is in force after men are dead, since it has no power at all while the testator lives. Therefore, not even the first covenant was dedicated without blood. For when Moses had spoken every precept to all the people according to the law, he took the blood of calves and goats with water,
Uh,
scarlet wool, and hyssop, and sprinkled both the book itself and all the people, saying, This is the blood of the covenant which God has commanded you.
uh,
Then likewise
this
he
thing's cool.
sprinkled with blood both the tabernacle and all the vessels of the ministry. And according to the law, almost all things are purified
Uh,
with blood, and without shedding of blood there is
that's
no
cool.
remission.
That's a cool
Therefore it
emitter.
was necessary that the copies of the things in the heavens should be purified with these, but the heavenly things themselves with better sacrifices than these. For Christ has not entered the holy places made with hands, which are copies of the true, but into heaven
What
itself,
is this?
now to appear in the presence of God for us. Not that he should offer himself often, as the high priest enters the most holy place every year with blood of another. He then would have had to suffer often since the foundation of the world. But now, once at the
How
end
about
of
this thing
days,
underglow? I don't really
he
know
has
where this is.
appeared to put away sin at the sacrifice of
It's not really glow
himself.
power, but
And as it is appointed for man
man,
to
that
die
guy.
once,
I don't know.
and after this the judgment, so Christ was offered once to bear the sins of many. To those who eagerly wait for him, he will appear a second time, apart from sin, for salvation. Chapter 14. Then I looked, and behold, the Lamb standing on
All right.
Mount Zion, and with him 144,000, having his Father's
I
name
think I
written on
got
their
this one
foreheads.
already, but I still like it.
And I heard a voice from heaven, like the voice of many waters, and like the voice of loud thunder. And I heard the sound of
Ooh.
harps
Oh, there's some bloom.
playing their
Oh, what's that?
harps.
What's that? What's that?
They
What's
sang
that?
as it were
Oh
a new
God.
song
That's the thing about this project. Like I think
to the
like
living
like
creatures.
as people think I'm hyping it, I'm actually just hyped. Like it's this like excites me. Like it's that.
144,000 who were redeemed from the earth. These are the
That's
ones
not what I was aiming at. I
who
wanted
were
the swords.
defiled with women,
What about
for
that?
they are virgins. These are the ones who follow the Lamb
There's
in
something about the sword.
sacrifice.
How about this?
These were redeemed from among men, being first fruits to God
Yeah.
and to the Lamb. And in their mouth was found no deceit,
This is
but
so
they were
cool.
without fault before the throne of God. Then I saw another angel flying in the
Alright.
midst of heaven,
Here we go.
of the everlasting gospel, preaching
That's amazing. Actually, that's an
to every
all-star.
tribe, tongue, and people,
Hey now, we got an all-star. It's a
to
game.
fear
What the
God
heck is this?
and give glory to Him
Glory to God, man. Look what God can make you
who
do.
has come, and worship Him who made
Worship
heaven and
Jehovah.
earth,
That's like
and springs of water. And another angel followed,
devil's
saying,
getting thrown back. Hey, put. I said no more horrific stuff.
that great city, because she has made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. Then a third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if anyone worships the beast and his image, and receives his mark on his forehead or on his hand, he himself shall also drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out full strength into the cup of his indignation. He shall be tormented with
Ooh,
fire and brimstone in the presence of the whole
that's like a.
assembly
It's like
and in
Tron.
the presence
Oh,
of
what do I
God.
tell?
And the smoke of their torment ascends forever and ever, and they have no rest day or night,
Looks like it's the
who worship
same
the
thing.
beast and his image. And whoever
Am I? Am
receives
I
the
trying to
mark
make
of the
childs and
beast.
stuff?
Here is the patience of the saints. Here are those who keep the commandments of God and
Okay.
the faith of
Like
Jesus.
it's look like they're together,
Then
right?
I heard a voice from heaven saying to me,
They're not.
come. Blessed are the dead who die in the Lord from now on.
What the?
Yes, says the
Oh,
Spirit
I hit play,
of the
dude. I
living
closed
God.
it all. It's all over.
Behold,
You can't hit the play button, man.
I make a
Oh.
new creation.
Okay, so we have to relaunch again. So,
And the
fun's
first
over.
was sown in
So
the
what? Oh,
earth,
anyways, just so you know how to do it again, in case you want to see how this launches, I'm gonna start it from scratch.
and another angel came out of the temple,
They
crying
really don't
with
have
a
to code
loud
anything
voice to
differently.
him who sat on the
Hit play,
throne,
and then it just starts
take up your
populating.
sickle and
Every
reap,
time, every couple seconds it populates.
for you
Every
reap
time it
the
does a
land
cycle, it's doing
of
another
the
particle effect.
fornication.
You just let it go do its thing, you
And
know.
he who sat on the cloud thrust in his sickle on the earth, and the earth was reaped. Then another angel came out of the temple,
And so it needs to populate.
he also having
All right,
seven
this random
stars.
particular is closed, and
And an
like
angel came
oh,
out from the
here
altar,
let's get so you see. I'm gonna
having
watch you
flaming
watch it
fire,
populate,
and he
so you can see
cried
them.
with
They
a
show
loud
up. They start
voice
showing
to
up.
him who had the sharp sickle,
You just leave this on for a while, you know.
saying,
See, and then after you do, you hit spacebar when you like on in the game mode. Here, watch. I show you. Hit spacebar in the game mode.
So the angel thrust his sickle
Then
into
they
the
can
earth,
edit them, right?
and
Stop
gathered
making them.
together out of it
Spacebar is
all that
creation
was the
mode.
great
Put
winepress
back to creation
of
mode.
the wrath of God.
Watch them
And the
creation.
winepress was trampled outside the city,
You just
and
watch it
the
for a little bit.
angel
Let's watch it for a
cried
little bit, cause you'll start seeing it pop up. Let's see if we can see them up here. There's one right there.
one
There's one over there. There's one here.
1,600 furlongs.
This one here.
Chapter
Over
15.
there.
Then all the tax collectors and the sinners drew near to him to hear him. And
Oof.
the Pharisees and scribes complained,
Isn't that
saying,
so cool? There's all these things you can edit, all sorts of
This
different like
man teaches.
constraints and stuff. You can make it more linear bias,
And
bias more
they
lines or
said,
this or that.
what manner
It's super
of
super cool, guys.
philosophy
Hey
is
guys,
this,
I'll be taking off here. It's going to conclude a
whereby
random particular. Thank
he
God we got to do this. You know, the people like, you see that one guy that was like opposed to me doing it. He was like using the Lord's name in vain. That's an evil person that would use the F word around like God, man. Those people are cursed.
confounded them
You don't have to worry about the haters. They're know nothings. They're
and found no
good for
fault in
nothings.
them.
The Bible says don't worry about them. You know, there's plenty of people who have hated on people in the past. It's like Nehemiah was rebuilding the temple of God after they came out of Babylon. You know, Israelites sinned for a while. God says, hey, you know what? You want to just keep sinning, sinning, sin? Don't want me? Well, then you don't. You can go without me for like 70 years. And they didn't like it, you know. It wasn't fun to go without God, man. You don't want to go anywhere without the God of love, man. Love's the way, man. You know, you keep love in your heart, you can feel the power that comes from love, you know.
She
It's
called
really
them to
powerful.
witness
And love elicits pleasure, you know. The more you love, the more happy you are. You have friends, you know, you like to hang out with barbecues. Hey, that guy's telling jokes. He's cool to hang out with.
their
That's
faith
love, right? There's love there.
in the
Hate and hate
apostles'
always leads
name.
the pain. Like no matter what you do, hate's gonna lead the pain. No matter what you can do, love's gonna lead the pleasure, right? So you always want to be loving, even if it wasn't like love wasn't necessary to keep stuff together. There's love's like absolute necessity for like you know togetherness and being cool and everything. Another cool thing about love is like
And nothing
you work for it, help other people. You're like, yeah, we just work and help humanity because I want to see it like build up instead of like tear down, you know.
possessions with particle effect.
I'm like straight up, like
And
I
they
see some
that
cool particle effects here. Before we close out, I'm gonna like hit the space bar here.
began to be in one. Then he
All right, here we go.
joined himself to a citizen of that country,
Oh,
and he sent him into
oh,
his
space bar. They
house,
close that. So I want to see this.
Anguish and despair, and I praise his name. I will arise and go to my father, and will say to him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and before thee, and I am no longer worthy to be called your son. Make me like one of your hired servants. And he arose and came to his father. And when he was still a great way off, his father saw him and had compassion, and ran and fell on his neck and kissed him. And the son said to him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and in your sight, and am no longer worthy to be called your son. But the father said to his servants, Bring out the best robe and put it on him, and put a ring on his hand and sandals on his feet. And bring a fatted calf here and kill it, and let us eat and be merry. For this my son was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found. And they began to be merry. Now his older son was in the field. And as he came and drew near to the house, he heard music and dancing. So he called one of the servants and asked what his son's name. And he said to him, Your brother is here, and because he has received him safe and sound, your father has killed the fatted calf. But he was angry and would not come in. Therefore his father came out and pleaded with him. But he answered and said to his father, Lo, these many years I have been serving you, and never transgressed your commandment at any time. And yet you never gave me a young goat, that I might make merry with my friends. But as soon as this son of yours came, who has devoured your livelihood with violence, you killed the fatted calf for him. And he said to him, Son, you are always with me, and all that I have is yours. It was right that we should make merry and be glad. For your brother was dead and is alive again, and was lost and is found. Chapter 12. Therefore we also, since we
So
are
anyway,
surrounded by so
so
great a
this will be a
cloud of
Valentine's
witnesses,
one.
let us lay aside every weight, and the sin which so easily ensnares us, and let
Like,
us run with endurance
like the people
the
are so
race
like
that is set
don't make
before us,
sense. They're like, hey,
looking unto Jesus,
these people are like,
the
okay,
author
so
and
like these
finisher
people are like, hey,
of whose faith
uh,
were set before us,
uh,
and endured the cross,
you'll see all these
even
forums
unto
like,
the end,
we're trying to promote indies,
to write
trying to
peace
promote indie developer, and we're trying to uplift the individual developer and empower the little guy. And then as soon as the little guy does something successful, they're like, stop talking about your stuff.
between
You
ourselves
know, we don't want to hear you. It's
and
like
ye have resisted
the
us,
people, they're being hypocrites, man. It's like, I don't know.
and you have forgotten the exhortation
And
which
like
we
you
delivered
saw that
unto
he
you,
used the Lord's name in vain, man. Like you can't.
saying,
I think he just doesn't like Christians, man. There's a huge anti-Christian bias.
Believers
So like what they'll
and
say is like you're
believers
spamming. It's like I posted one thing,
to
and it's
cheer
like
and glory
people like use like will use like if they don't like believe in truth and love, they're gonna lie about their motives, right? They're gonna say, oh, we you can't do this, you can't do this. It turns out it's they actually have a subterfuge reason why,
which all
like
have
it's like it's basically like gatekeeping and stuff. But anyway, this is okay. I'm just putting on sorted. I'm gonna go through like all what we just generated here real fast because like why not? Like
not
it's
much more
I just
readily
want
than
it's good to know this stuff as like developers and stuff like you will encounter opposition.
this
You will
chastisement
encounter opposition
is
like because I'm Christian and I graduated, even though I graduated Carnegie Mellon. I've been coding since I was like literally 3 years old, maybe four, like early four, late 3 years old. I started coding, and I'm in my 40s now. I haven't stopped coding. Probably put 10 hours a day in uh, every day,
in the hand
coding, design, development. You see what it reflects. You have God on your side, and you have like 10 hours a day, up to 150,000 hours total.
which looketh
You're like a grandmaster. I'm like a grandmaster at this stuff. But yeah, you still have people that just don't talk about your stuff. And they're trying to like slander the Lord, right?
looking
Like it's like, come on, man. Like
fall short of the
we know
glory
who already won, dude. Like Jesus died on the cross, man.
and
And like
eternal
and they're
life,
still trying to crucify him to this day. I mean, like I represent Jesus, man. Everybody who's a Christian represents Jesus.
the
We're all
face
loving, and he's still hated to this day,
as
right?
one morsel of
Anyway,
flesh,
that's kind of like horrific in a way, but a cool way. It's like
and
purple,
you know that
purple.
after, when he
I
was
don't know. I
risen
don't know.
from
Like
the
I said,
dead,
don't know why people do that, man.
he
Like, why can't
appeared
you just be
after
loving?
unto repentance,
Why can't you be
that they
loving?
sought diligently
He's probably mad that I'm spamming up Twitter and
whom
stuff. Well, Twitter,
whom
social media doesn't deserve respect. because they censor people. They believe it or not. Speaking of like a liberal anti-bias against Christians, Twitter censors Christians and Jews. You know, that's why we moved to Parler, because Twitter and Facebook were censoring us. And so I disrespect people who like that's actually cool. That's some more Blair Witch stuff. So I disrespect people who like disrespect everybody else, you know. So it's like if you're censoring everybody, I have a famous saying. It says social media is dead. It killed itself by it censored itself by censoring us, you know. Social media is dead. You don't respect social media. I'm respecting Discord. I like when the guys posted and asking for help and stuff, and they're talking about it, you know. So we post a bunch of times in there, and then post a bunch of times, and we posted what 3 times in the particle effect thing, and 1 in industry changer, right? And like I'm almost certain he's probably censored me on these things. These people don't like Christians, you know. Probably go ahead, log on Discord, see if you can see my posts even, you know. Probably not even there, right? I'm not gonna do it. I don't have time for that. I'm censored so many places, ridiculous. First place I got censored was on Twitter. It was right after Trump won the election or whatever. Like there was like an was it? Yeah, Trump won the election, and they were doing an investigation, a sham investigation in Congress to be able to get to censor conservative voices on Facebook. They said Facebook is biased towards you know, conservatives, basically, you know, Catholics and, you know, Protestants and stuff. And they're like, you know what, we have to find a way to like stop that. So like, well, we can censor them. Well, as long as that person's not censoring it, it's okay. No, you're violating freedom of speech. And when you're targeting Christians and Jews, that is called 1960 Civil Rights Act. You know, it's against the law. There's a prison sentence of 1 year if you violate the thing. But they're still doing it, you know. And like straight up, like before we get out of there, I'm gonna show you this. Like even like what's his name, Zuckerberg lied to Congress. You have to know they're liberals. Freaking just hate Christians. We want to love everybody, you know. They're like siding with like Iran and China, like the like censor us and stuff, because you don't want you to say that. You don't want to say that. It's to not say, you know, it's cancel culture, not say culture, whatever. But we're like, okay, so here's it. I'm gonna show you in his own words. You know, this Mark Zuckerberg himself says he never heard of the First Amendment. Okay, and then he says, you know, liberals. Right afterwards, he says the liberals. I'm gonna get you a precursor of this thing, just so you know. Okay, so this guy says, I never heard of the First Amendment. Then he says, oh, and they ask why are you censoring Catholic churches on Facebook? And Zuckerberg says, oh, well, we have a bunch of liberal employees from Silicon Valley. And then later it's like, what's your demographics who work for you? Are they liberal? He's like, I don't know. So he lies that he doesn't know what the First Amendment is. Then back-to-back lies. He tells the truth that his crew censors Christians, and he has no control over his crew. But that's not true. But then he says he doesn't know what his crew is right after he told what his crew is. So let's watch this. It's actually really interesting.
Right under the First Amendment.
Well, Senator, our goal is certainly not to engage in political speech. I'm not that familiar with the specific legal language of the law that you speak to.
The First Amendment, he called a law. I don't know what that law is.
On that.
Right.
I'm just trying to lay out how broadly I think about this.
Well, Mr. Zuckerberg, I will say there are a great many Americans who I think are deeply concerned that Facebook and other tech companies are engaged in a pervasive pattern of bias and political censorship. There have been numerous instances with Facebook. In May of 2016, Gizmodo reported that Facebook had purposely and routinely suppressed conservative stories from trending news, including stories about CPAC, including stories about Mitt Romney, including stories about the Lois Lerner IRS scandal, including stories about Glenn Beck. In addition to that, Facebook has initially shut down the Chick-fil-A Appreciation Day.
Shut down Chick-fil-A and Christian.
Has blocked a post of a Fox News reporter. Has blocked over 24 Catholic pages.
Blocked Catholic pages, man.
Recently blocked Trump supporters Diamond and Silk's page.
Now listen to what Zucker says. He's gonna lie to Congress right here, which normally gets you to jail, right? But he's not going to jail because of this setup.
To a great many Americans, that appears to be a pervasive pattern.
He doesn't deny it happens. He says it happens. He says,
Senator, let me say a few things about this. First, I understand where that concern is coming from because Facebook and the tech industry are located in Silicon Valley, which is an extremely left-leaning.
Do you hear that? Left-leaners don't like the Catholics, man. He just admits it.
That I try to root out the company.
Surprise, surprise.
Ensure that we don't have any bias in the work that we do, and I think it is a fair concern that that people would
So
at least wonder about.
let me ask this
Now-
question: Are you aware of any ad or page that has been taken down from Planned Parenthood?
Senator, I'm not, but let me just.
How about
finish?
MoveOn.org?
Sorry,
How about MoveOn.org?
I'm not specifically aware of those.
How about any Democratic candidate for office?
Specifically aware? I'm not sure.
In your testimony, you say that you have 15 to 20,000 people working on security and content review. Do you know the political?
Right there. Do you see that? He just said they're all liberal, right? No, what's Zuckerberg say?
No, Senator, we do not generally ask people about their political orientation when they're joining the company.
Do you
So
see
as
that?
CEO, have you ever
He
made
just-
hiring or firing decisions based on political positions or what candidates they supported?
No.
So anyway, do you notice he just said all my people are liberal? And he said I don't know what my political demographics are. He just lied. He lied to Congress. That's jailable. But he also admitted that like liberals don't like Christians. Anyway, so let's rewind to like I know where I'm reeling this back into. We're gonna go back to my fun stuff. Like the first time I got censored was after all that happened. You know, after they didn't want Trump, like they were so mad that Trump got elected because Christians are talking online. They don't want talking online. They don't want us talking. You know, it's like you should shut up, shut up. So they censor us, right? So like the first time I got censored, I was really surprised. I said, God is love, Jesus loves you. We should all love each other, right? That's what I was saying, right? And like. I said, God is love, Jesus loves us, we shall always. And it got censored under hate speech. I literally said everybody should love each other, and Twitter said that was hate speech, right? So, you got that. Whatever, man. It's a bunch of bunk. It's a bunch of bunk. It's kind of cool. That's pixelated. What else? And there's a reason I was even bringing this up. It's a real like sometimes you go on so many tangents. Who cares, man? Who cares? It's just like they're just not gonna. They just was just saying they won't hire Christians. They won't. That's not what I was bringing it up to. Who cares? Let's get back to happy fun stuff. Not just like hate against Christians. It's obviously probably. Oh, we moved to Parler for a while when Parler was cool, and then like they called Parler Nazis. It's like they're spying on everybody, censoring the Christians and Jews, and doing mandates, and you have to show your papers. You can't a proof of vaccination. You can't go there. It's just papers, please. Like that's like the Nazism basically is we spy on you. You can't say this or that. We censor the Christians and Jews out of hate. It's out of hate, man. Like it's like I don't know why they don't like me. I don't why like I just want to make games and happy and enjoy and have a good time, and I'm just not welcome in the culture, So anyway, that's why we're making cool stuff here. Hopefully you enjoy Rano Particulo and the truth of what's going on with like stuff. It's really weird that like that guy would have to bring up a curse against Jesus, so I'd have to explain why he's like I post literally one time and just call it spam, right? Oh, I know why. Cause I was explaining why I disrespect social media. They disrespect everybody. That's like a blood bloom, So, but I'm not I don't disrespect Discord. I posted literally once. I posted literally once in there. But I will totally disrespect social media. I recommend disrespecting social media. They don't respect anybody. It's a bunch of BS. Hopefully Elon Musk takes over Twitter. Because the free speech needs to be going again. Like it doesn't matter how much money you have. I mean, I understand what they think. They think, well, Christians are bad guys. They say the way is wrong. Well, the Bible says the way is wrong. I'm not going to personally tell you what to do in life. I'm going to tell you like love's the way, Jesus loves you, and everything. I'm going to do that. Because I know for a fact I have proof of God. Man. Like it's probably proof you've never heard of before, and I'll run through it real fast. Put it in the my chat. So anyway, the way the proof of God works is, say like if someone hits the I'll just say it out loud. Yeah. So if someone hits the lottery, like that's cool. Someone hits the lottery, like the Powerball, 1 in 200 million, like 5 days in a row. You're not thinking, wow, that guy's lucky at this point. That's cool, laser. Like you're not thinking that guy's lucky. You're thinking, well, something's going on behind the scenes. In the same way. If you start getting cosmically influenced, like, well, I was driving the the post office, and the only way that I'd upset this one guy is if maybe like he showed up right at the post office driving a certain car, and it happened, right? And they're like, okay, well then all I have to do is drive to maybe like down to the police office, and as long as this one criminal is not there to stop me and shoot me at the thing, I'm just saying I mean I'm just giving weird examples you have to do one thing, and there's only one thing that can stop you, right? And it's there. Or say okay, another one's like, okay, I'm late for work, and like all I have to do is get like one green light on the way to work, and like they're all red, okay? Or say I don't know. I don't like. I'm trying to I'm having a hard time phrasing like a situation where like one little thing can get you wrong, right? Oh, it's okay. So like you're going to an interview, right? And everything's perfect, and all you have to do is that you have your presentation ready, but then like you lock your keys in the car. It's like, what was the chances of that, right? Or like let's say you leave your homework at home. It's like you did this huge presentation. You spent all your work into it. You spent and then you left it in a car. Like it was all perfect except that one thing, or maybe an upload. Okay. The other one's like the printers go down. It's like it's just before the project, everything's done. Your project printers go down, or you try and upload something, and like for some reason the internet's out, or Reddit goes down at that certain time. It's like everything was it was a perfect plan. And everything went down because this one weird chance was there, where it snowed at a certain time when you don't think it's going to snow. What happens? You start calculating the odds of that stuff. Like this one little thing happens. There's only one Lego on the floor, and I had to happen to tramp on it, right? What's the odds of that? I mean maybe I'm getting out of it. I couldn't think of any really good examples. I'm trying to think about the best example. It would be perfect except the one thing. So I wasn't thinking of good examples, but you kind of get what I'm saying. In life, you can see there's things that could happen aren't really likely. Let's say if someone someone goes to a park once a month, right? Someone goes to a park once a month. He says, I have to go to this park once a month. And he goes to the park once a month. And then, so the odds of you meeting during any specific day is 1 in 30. And he goes, well, I'll go to the park for 20 minutes a day, okay? So you figure the day is about 14 hours long, roughly. And then there's three segments of 20 minutes in an hour. So there's since 20 minutes goes in an hour 3 times, that's 3 times you can meet him an hour, and there's 14 hours in a day. So that's 3 times 14, or 42 times you can meet him a day. And then there's what is it? If you just show up at the park, you're not standing there, you're just going there, stopping and leaving a moment, So that's 45 times a day times 30 days. So the odds of meeting that person, if you just stop at the park at any time, odds of meeting that person is 1 in 100, roughly 120, right? 40 times 30, wait. No, 1,000, 1 in 1,200, right? So that's a little bit less than hitting the lottery, or the normal 3-digit lottery. 1 in 1,200 is not bad, right? You meet him, well, it happens, But let's say let's say you do this for a whole year, and every single time you stop in, you meet him, right? So you're okay, wait, the odds of meeting him one time is 1 in 1,200, right? But meeting him 12 times is 1,200 times 1,200 times 1,200. So it's a million times a million for 4. You're up to a trillion. Then you're a trillion times a trillion for 8. So those numbers are beyond astronomical. That's more than hitting the Powerball lottery 5 times in a row, which we've already established that something's going on, right? So it's you start seeing stuff like that, where it's wow, this should never happen, right? You're here for 20 minutes a day, once a month, for a whole year, right? It's just maybe visit a gravesite or something. He goes out once a month and visits his mom's gravesite or something, and you're okay, And sometimes you want to meet that person. You want to go talk to him, and the only person you know the place is he shows up at the grave. And every time you're at the church for random events, or maybe if he's events, and then he's there for the event, and it changes the probability. But let's just say there's no event going on. You're just in the area. You're walking down, and you know what? Because it's a good day too, you can factor in that he's not going to be out there on a rainy day. So maybe it takes some more hours out of the day. So you lower the odds about by half. But we've already been multiplied. It's already well above trillion times a trillion times a million. That's. So if you have that, it's still a really big number, So, but that's the type of thing physicists do. They calculate the probabilities of stuff, and if you're good at physics and understanding how they calculate probabilities for stuff, you can start seeing that some sort of events that happen in your life, They are miracles, you know. They're calculated miracles. When the miracle happens, you calculate the odds of it happening, and you're like, man. And then you start like calculating odds of all of them happening. You start multiplying them together. It starts getting like outrageously big. It's not a coincidence. There's a certain point when it goes beyond a coincidence, and that's proof of God. And if you want to see like a couple miracles I've seen, go to goodnewsgym.com. I've seen over 100,000 miracles, guys. Over 100,000, and let's put the camera back to like normal camera. So, video capture device. Oh, it's like at a certain point you're like, you know, let's be normal. Let's also not flip it upside down. Where's the flip thing? Okay. You do like the thing is like the people, the kids at my gym, they like to see the funny camera and stuff. You know, we do funny camera stuff. But like if we're talking about humanity stuff, you know. Might as well show the whites of my eyes, you know. I think that's what an arcade generation had that like the guys don't have now. Like the old the old arcade generation. Like I literally played more arcade games than basically everybody. You know, basically everybody. You know, when you say basically everybody, you're talking about 99.99999. There might be like 10 other people that might have played as well. You know what? Maybe 100 people could play. There's probably not likely more than 100 people in the world that played more arcade games than me. Played for over 10,000 hours, okay? And I didn't see one single event of hate that I remember, right? I don't remember any hate whatsoever in arcade generation. And I think it's because we see the whites of the eyes. People thought, oh, you're afraid they're going to punch you. It's like, no. Like, what the heck? You're playing Asteroids. You kick my high score. Now you die. It's like an anime fight scene or something. Like, I mean, actually, that'd be hilarious to, like, what modern gamers think the old arcade game was. You challenge me to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? You don't belong in this arcade. Ha! And there'd be like 3 guys jump out. Challenge our high score. And it's like, we don't worry about getting beat up, man. It's like, it was all friends. You get up some skateboards and you hit the slushy machine afterwards. You walk past Chick-fil-A a couple times. You're getting some free Chick-fil-A from the cool college girls. Cool college girls, like, see these little kids, like, here, have free samples. Like, Chick-fil-A would give out free samples nonstop. And I ain't just making this up, you know. They're cool back then, man. You get like chicken nuggets, like you get free chicken nugget samples nonstop, dude. Like you can save from quarters, and I'm so glad they did because I put a lot of quarters in those machines. Now I'm like, I kind of support Chick-fil-A, just like we said. Zuckerberg doesn't like Chick-fil-A. I mean, he's like, we don't like these Christians. We don't like people being nice. I guess greedy people don't like people being nice, and it makes them reflect on themselves. Anyway, let's get back to the game, and I'm gonna hit spacebar, let it generate some more stuff, and I don't know why we have to go here. Like, why do people have to make everything political, man? Like, I just want to be chilling out, making games, playing games, but I guess, you know, I guess that's how it is, you know. It's a war, man. Like, it's like love versus hate, you know, and you're just gonna be on the side of love. They got Hollywood and censorship, and they try their best to keep the truth like hidden, but like, man, like I don't know, man. Like, I think that's all a bunch of tool bag stuff, man. You know, I felt like the spirit, even before I knew God was real, I felt the spirit telling me everything's going to get political, like nonsense like it is now, like this age of disinformation we got now. And I'm like, whatever. And like, what am I supposed to do? I mean, it's a bunch of politics. Like, I can't influence the politics. I'm just going to keep playing video games, right? So like what God said was prophecy because it did come true. And I think what I said was prophecy too because it's like back then, you know, I'm not a prophet, you know, that's not how it is. I'll tell you God's real, I'm not a prophet, but like I said, I'm just gonna play video games, you know, and I think that's what happens. I think that's God's purpose in my life, is to play video games, tell people about, you know, the ways of love, you know, the way the rage gamers got it today is wrong. The rage gamers is not funny, you know. Everybody wants to be South Park, you know. You grow out of South Park when you're like 8, you know, when you're like 5, 6, 7, 8, you're saying that South Park stuff down because it's shocking, it's funny. Oh, let's get the highest rating, most violent game we can possibly get, and that's what kids do, you know. Because they're dumb, you know. Kids are dumb, and they're trying to figure out what's around. If you go around, you can tell the people who are trying to figure out how life is because they kind of look at what's going on, you know. They're observational. There's like an observational people, and then there's people who just live their life. They dance and they're free and they're happy, you know, dance in the spirit. But little kids don't know like what's going on, so they're trying to like assess what's around them, and like shocking like jokes like that is funny. You're supposed to outgrow that by the time you're like 9, 10, 11 at worst, you know. But there's kids that don't ever do it, and it's like those are the type of people that are like, you know, when they grow up to be adults, they're like in a bar, you know, making like saying really sexist stuff, and you know, it's just everybody being jerks, right? And like if you see with the rage gamer, like what the rage gamer is, he's jealous of people who are better than him, and like make fun of noobs, right? So you have to play just the right amount of video games in their eyes. Like, just what they do is right, and everybody else is wrong. Like, you play too much video games, and you play too little video games, it's hate, you know. They're jealous of other people, and they're trying to inflate their own ego. And like I said, they're trying to assess where they're at in life. It's like, am I a good video gamer? Is this guy better than me? You know, if he's better than me, I have to, like, justify it by putting him down. So, like, rage gamer is just hate culture, right? It's just a hate culture. There's so much hateful events going on, you know. When that guy right there cursed God and saying, shut up, you're spamming, and I posted one thing, you know, and it's like that's a hateful thing, and you have to understand why is that hateful culture there, how they get there. And the thing is, like, I think it's shocking that people laugh at it, you know. Like I said, South Park's funny, you know, it was funny and everything, but then like I checked out South Park before I knew God was real, because they're making fun of Jesus, you know. They're making fun of Jesus in South Park. And I'm like, you know what? Well, I don't know if Jesus is real or not, but if he is real, he doesn't deserve to be made fun of. So I cannot participate in this comedy right here. I cannot, and I stopped watching South Park at that point, you know. But, you know, people, there's blinders on everybody. You have to pray that people open their spiritual eyes and know that love's real. And, you know, there's power in love, man. There's power in the name of Jesus. And love can do anything. You can feel it in your heart. When people are stoked and you're happy, you know. When the people getting down on you, you're not really happy, right? You can actually feel it. It's in the core of your soul, where it meets your heart. And you're like, yeah, this guy's awesome, and people are awesome, and everybody's happy. But when people are hating this stuff, it's not good. That's why the reason I game, I'm trying to, like, promote love and stuff to other people, and I don't know. I attract haters that just want to, like, take me down, even in video games. It's pretty weird. And like, they're not playing by the rules of, like, you know, the game. They're hacking and they're losing on purpose. So I don't know. The world's a really messed up place, and like, I'm gonna keep preaching about the ways of love until I die. I mean, like, you gotta figure out the best part about being Christian. I'll explain this to you, and I'll explain what the pitfalls are before I get there, and maybe you'll lead up and understand where I'm going to go with being a Christian. Why it's so important to be a Christian. Why it's happy to be a Christian. Why I'm happy now. Why it's not because I'm making this awesome product. This is putting me over the edge, right? This is crazy looking graphics and everything. But tell you why it's important to be a Christian. Okay, and by first elaborating why it's all the pitfalls of not being a Christian. Okay, so. You ever listen to, like, a country song? The country song, bow, 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 my my truck just got wrecked, and my wife died, my dog left me for another man, so now I'm gonna drink myself into a stupor, cause I got no other plan. Gonna drink myself to death. Yeah, I'm gonna drink myself to death, cause that's really cool to do. Got nothing else in my life, it's all fall apart. Gonna drink myself to death. You know, you've heard that in the country songs. Or how about, like, maybe like some, like, 50 Cent. Hey, look, check it out. I'm gonna get richer. I'm gonna die trying. I'm gonna shoot everybody more way until I get some money. It's like no, neither one of those is good. Like, that says you're not satisfied. It says you don't have anything in your life. If you're gonna drink yourself to death because you got nothing, you're saying you're not thankful for what you got. But if you're gonna shoot everybody until you get money, you're living like you think you can be like an unstoppable bank robber. Like, how many banks are you gonna rob before the cops are gonna get you? Not many. You're not. Like, you're giving a lie. Like, Leroy Brown's is a better song, you know. Leroy Brown, best man in the whole damn town. And it doesn't matter how bad you are. Someone's gonna be badder or luckier at one time, you know. So you can't go around just exploiting your fellow man, you know. We know that. It's a failure. When you think you're not satisfied, you look around your fellow man, you're like, hey, that guy, that really big streamer, that really famous streamer has millions of dollars, and because he has $1 million in a famous stream, he hooks up with that other streamer girl who has these gigantic boobies, and it's like, I want to hang out with that girl. And they're like, what is it? Freaking like the Bible says it. Where's your hate come from? Because your desires for stuff you don't have, right? You can see it on Twitch. It's basically a softcore porn site at this point. Is what Twitch is, man. And like, and people say, I want that, I want that, I want that, and they have the hate going on with them. I hate. It's like so like when you hate your fellow man and you want something really bad, it ends up being like a pressure cooker. It ends up being a pressure cooker where you're like, well, you know, you know what? It's worth exploiting my fellow. I don't even like my fellow man anymore. I just want that huge boob girl. You know, it's like, or I want that girl with the thin waistline. It's the desires for pleasure. The Bible says it. This is not me coming up with it. This is just me explaining the pressure cooker situation that we're in today, where man will exploit man. And in the hate game culture, it's like a pillar. It's like a Tower of Babylon, right? Everybody wants. I want. I'm not satisfied, right? Okay. Just so we've done that, you know, we see that we've identified there's people that hate, there's people that identified that people want, you know, and then like identified that like they play at each other. If you hate your fellow man, it's easier for you to exploit them, you know. Maybe like make them work a menial job and like, you know, and then, or like maybe like, you know, like you see like on eBay, you're like, oh, I'll buy your back lotus for a penny or something. You know, you find some way of like taking like just exploiting your fellow man. Right? You will do that. I don't like my fellow man anyway. He's a jerk. You know, it's so, and that it comes from the rage game culture. It really does. It comes straight from the rage game culture. And then we got to get rid of that, right? So we got to get rid of rage game culture, and we got to establish love. And now, let me explain. So now that we know want, you don't want to drink yourself into stupor because your wife ran out. You don't want to go out and just gun down people and get money and get rich and die trying. You don't want to do either one of those, you know. And then we'll get into the spiritual aspect of why you don't want to do that right now. Okay. So when you have a friend, okay, we're gonna get real right now. When you have a friend, you like him for a friend. You don't like him for their stuff. You don't go over the house. Hey, I'm gonna go over Jim's house and I'm gonna play on his random particle maker. I'm gonna go over Jim's place and play League of Legends. I'm gonna go over Jim's place and eat his awesome beans. You know, no, you know, you don't go to your friend's house to just play the Nintendo games. If you go to a friend's place and Nintendo games, you don't like that person, you're not a friend. Okay. If the person's stuff is worth more than their friendship, then that's an idolatry of stuff. Okay, you like their stuff, you don't like their friendship. You're being a bad person. Okay, but if you like the friend more, you're just like, yeah, I just like to hang out with friends. Oh, we got drink some wine. Yeah, no big deal. I'm not over here to just drink your wine. You supply wine. I don't have enough money to buy wine. You give me a little extra. Who cares? We're just friends. You know, if it was the other way around, it'd be the other way around. We just love each other, right? That's how friendship is. Okay. You don't like, so let's go back. You don't want to like check out life and drink yourself to death, or you know, worse, because you know, because things are bad, especially nowadays when like, you know, Biden's making everything expensive by design, by raising the oil prices and stuff. When you know, we'll get back to that too. Well, yeah, things are bad. So, like, when things are bad, like, drug epidemics come around, you know, and stuff. So, you don't want to drink yourself in the stupor. You don't want to drug epidemic yourself. And you don't want to, like, go around gunning everybody down until you get money. You know, get rich or die trying. Because both those are the, fast-paced trip to hell, right? You know, if you think your fellow man's so little, you're going to go out and kill him, take their money. You think your fellow man's, if you think you're so bad that you drink yourself to death, you know, I'm not saying you're going to hell. Like, it's not a place to judge, but I mean, it's not good. It's not good to like raise hell, right? So, and we've established that a friendship is better. A friendship is better than the stuff they have, right? And that's the key core. It's a logical concept. We have a logical nugget. We can all agree on that. The friendship is more important than the stuff they have. Okay. So the conclusion is, and you're gonna like this. The conclusion is, God can give you anything. God is greater than a genie. He can grant you anything. He's granted me some really awesome stuff. Just like straight on. Like, besides like intelligence, making me born in the age of computers, making me #1 in the world in all the computer games. Besides, you know, having great friends, having a great family. My family is just the best. It's better family than literally I can imagine, you know. When everybody else has messed up families, I have one of the most blessed families possible, because you couldn't even imagine them. You can't imagine what my family is like right now. They're just so good at people. Okay. So even though God can grant you all these wonders and wishes, look at Solomon. Let's go back to Solomon. Solomon was the son of David. Okay. David couldn't make a temple because he shed too much blood. David was a warrior. He had to do battle against the enemy of Israel. Like, it was physical battle, even though it was a spiritual battle as well. And then like so God's like, you can't make the temple. You've dropped too much blood. I want someone more pure to make the temple. So he's like, okay, son Solomon, the son of Bathsheba, who David got by killing one of his soldiers, his own soldier, and stealing her wife. But you know, he asked for forgiveness, and it happened. So like, God can forgive anything. You know, He forgive anything. You got. There's a certain point where you're like, man, I'm a hater. I've gone too far. I can't relent. No, God will take you back no matter what. You can blow up a planet. You can blow up the whole planet. Like, no, you're right, man. Sorry, I didn't mean to blow up the planet. Everybody's dead except me. Yeah, you're right. You're right, dude. Like, you know, he genocided a whole people. Like, oh, my bad. You know, it sounds really dumb. It sounds really lame, right? But it isn't, because like, if there's no, if you say there's a certain point you can't come back, well then people will go off and they'll just keep going worse, you know. But like, God will bring you back at a certain time. So anyway, we're reeling it back. God can give you anything, okay, and a friend is worth more than anything he has, right? Since a friend is worth more than he has, the resultant fact is God is worth more than anything. Because if God can give you anything, and his friendship is more valuable than his stuff, then God is more valuable than anything, right? And then once you have that, and you have God in your heart, everywhere you go, you have God. You have more than anybody else has. You could be like down in the street of like pain and suffering, and you have no food, and you're homeless. You have more than all the billionaires out there, because you have God in your heart. So that's why I'm happy all the time, because I have God. Okay, that was like, I had to do that, because like I don't know, when people cause trouble like that guy over here, let's see, he's still causing trouble? Who cares what he has to say? Yeah. Anyway, so he's causing trouble, and like, that guy's reeling it in. Good for him. You know, it's good for him to reel it in. I had to explain that. You know, there's a liberal bias. I just explained. Zuckerberg himself said there's liberal bias, and then he lied that it wasn't. I don't know what Congress is. I don't know who he's like, okay, I have liberals working for me. Who works for you? I don't know who works for me. I don't know if they're liberal or conservative. You just told me like 5 seconds ago. Anyway, let's look for some cool particles now. It was generating a bunch of particles, so I did. Ooh, look at that laser. That one's like a very beamy laser. I like this. Let's check it out. Get back to like what we're supposed to be getting back to. Okay, that's a cool beam. I like this beam. Like, let's see what happens here. It looks really basic. I think what happens is like, I think sometimes I want to parent, like, this will be like an upgrade later. I think I want to like put chain particle effects together in one particle effect, like, you know, chain them together. I think I do have double particle effects spawn at the same location, but they don't become children to each other. I think I have to institute a child thing of them. Let's look around a bunch of particle effects. I'm gonna go through them. So what I want to do, I'm gonna get rid of this thing so we don't have the background. That's a bloom. I don't care. We got a couple of these we already have. Let's get to a place where we haven't got to yet. I have that. So this will be an anomaly. Anomalies are like portals. Like you think you'd fly into it, or you come up and do scientific research on it. Ooh, that's actually kind of like really cool. I'm gonna just investigate what this is, because it's like, it's interesting to me. What is this? It's interesting. It's definitely an all-star, but like, I can't, like, you come from this angle, you like be walking up to it, and then you walk to the side and be like, it's actually traveling. Like, that's, you could like, okay, you could mess with someone, but like, you don't have time to like, I mean, like, as a developer, as like a developer, what I do, I don't have time to do the artistic, like, how can I use this thing really creatively? But if I have the asset there, and I have employees doing that type of stuff, or if I just like have a thing, I don't know, like I said, like, it's, I know like you can do some really creative stuff with that asset personally. Anyway, I'm looking at some other stuff. I'm just gonna look for more particle effects. I'm just that one particle effect itself. It's not too crazy. No. This would be horrific. It's just, there's a certain like genre of horrific where it, like, how it moves and how it like coalesces, and this would be like just unsorted. I'm gonna finish off with some of this stuff. I mean, I hate to have to even do that, but like, you see the offensive stuff that happens. All right, here we go. This is cool. Like little skulls. This is definitely horror. That is cool. Like, there's so many, like, I don't know, like, I don't like horror. I like things like Army of Darkness, where like a guy fights back against horror stuff. Or like, I think that's why zombies are more popular. When like there was so many movies about ghosts and unkillable killers, like Friday the 13th and stuff, and then suddenly This is neat. What is this? And then suddenly there's the guys driving through the mall with some shotguns. You know, and it made you feel, yeah, a little bit of power. Like I like when, and I guess Army of Darkness to a certain extent is it's fighting against zombies. So it's kind of cool to like have a way of fighting against the. Uh, but I'll put this under spell. I mean, like it looks like a cone of cold or something. You know, it's just very crisp and very cool. Oh, that's the type of particle effect I like the most. Like very crisp stuff. The wacky stuff, still gonna document it. You know, keep it. Like this might be pixelated. I don't know. It's not exactly great. Not exactly weird. Like, this is the type of thing I'd want to mate, like asexually mate. You know, just like see what it would blend into. Like if it expanded a couple of the parameters. This is a glow. See when it. So when it ends in a glow, okay, you can imagine, so you have one here, and then you have one here, the same one, okay, see this one's facing this one, and this one's facing this one, like they're both the same ones right here, but I move this to here, and they all face, you have a bunch of fingers pointing to one place, and then you have a sconce of like a very powerful power up right there. And then you have like multiple one of these, where like, you have like another lead up, like you have like a little lead up and a little lead up, and then it ends up in this final lead up, so it'll be like a lead up, lead up, lead up, and then you have what's gonna, like this, let's say this is like the final lead up, and then there'll be like a sconce like right up and down here, and you have like a little lead up down here, and like all the power is like emanating towards the power points, and then into the sconce. It ends up looking like something trippy, like I don't know how to explain it. Oh, I don't think I saved it. I put it on glow points. I'll explain this. I explained it earlier, and you can scroll through it if you this thing if you want to see about glow points. This is just your standard cone. Oh, that's a bloom. That thing is blooms and cones cross each other depending. So blooms if it has a bunch of cluster, I call it. But like I'm making up my own terminology. That'd be horror, but we have enough horror. This is just this would be a cone. So when I say you know what, that's a spell of some sort. I think it needs to be modified with asexual reproduction. 'Cause asexual reproduction just basically re-rolls a bunch of random stats randomly on it, and it makes like dozens of them. You know, like or thousands even of one. Yeah, that's kind of you know these skulls are pretty cool. Like I think it's a cool PNG. What the heck? That's a boring particle effect. Let's see what I got here. I'm looking for some good stuff. I mean, it's really this is like a really basic particle effect, but you can see it being used in some sort of stupid mobile game. So we're gonna keep this to non like unsorted. It's pretty lame, you know. What is that? Arrows. I mean, it looks kind of neat. You know what? We'll just keep that under unsorted. It looks kind of neat. Like I'm looking for stuff that presents an artistic effect. You know, doesn't necessarily have to be good. That's creepy. What is it? What is that? Is that a person? Pause it. Ah, it's a creepy. Put that in horror. You put that in the background. Like sometimes particle effects don't need to be the most blatant thing. It could be just something that like adds to the atmosphere. And you have particle. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to blind you. Did I hit play? No. Okay. I didn't hit play. I'll blind you. So that's. I don't know. I'm gonna keep going around. I feel like driving around, see if there's anything by sight. I'm gonna close this out. This has been a really long video for a particulo, and I'm sorry I had to explain how the world works in the middle of the thing. Because how the world works in love is like really important for people to understand. This is super cool right here. I get rid of the highlighters and gizmos because it makes it so I can't understand what the particle effect looks like. But so in order to do that, I close out the background from it so I can make sure I have it the one I want selected. Otherwise, you're dragging and dropping the wrong ones. Is that? I just want to get focus on that. Sometimes they look cool from afar, but yeah, the frames are really including it. Sometimes the frames don't bother me, but like, and it has some sort of effect, but I don't want to keep it, you know. Get a couple more, and I'm out of here. Take care. Ooh. Take care. Oh, F, like I changed F. Like F is now focused. Like I don't know why F was not focused before, right? This is a really cool one. This is an all-star. I'll explain it. We got a couple more. We'll pick up a couple. Like I said, this is how fun it is to use this thing. I'm literally dorking out. Like, I mean, like, I'm not. This is not a forced hype. Like, I would not force hype it. You know, I will not force hype this. This is not like. I mean, like, it'd be like if I'm. What do you mean? Like you say, there's something wrong with Sam. He's still excited about the project. Like, weeks and months later, I just can't get enough of this. Like, I could stay all day doing this. You have a kid. They might figure out how to do this. You know, and there we go. And what happens is when they start looking at how things adjust in the inspector, butterflies. Oh, dude, we need to like put a Ferngully one here. Oh, I can't call it Ferngully. Let's see, create folder. Do I have hippie? Fairyland. Let's call it Fairyland. Pretty sure there's probably a Fairyland somewhere. I mean, like, in terms of, like, not necessarily a fairyland somewhere, but, you know, I mean, like, no matter what you come up with online, someone's come up with it before. Like, me, like, say, like, for example, me and my ex-girlfriend, like, if you want to get sued by as many people as possible, what would you name your restaurant? And we come with all these different names, and we ended up with McTaco Hut. It's like you get sued by McDonald's, you get sued by Taco Bell, and you get sued by Pizza Hut all at once. And then we thought we were really creative, right? That sounds really creative and it's funny. Then we Googled McTaco Hut just to see if we ever talked about it online. And there's a place called McTaco Hut, like where they have a McDonald's, a Pizza Hut, and you know, it's like, what the heck? I'm just gunning around this F. Now I changed my hotkey, my F hotkey around, and I'll explain what I changed my F hotkey around to. Oh, that's not even the one I wanted. Alright, this is like pretty crisp pixelation, right? To be honest. Alright, we'll put that under pixelation. So no matter what you come up with, someone will have. So like, so when I say like, you can't say like, you know, this and that movie name, but like, you know, like I said, it's Fairyland. Well, that's probably out there somewhere. It's a good joke because it sounds like, is Chip saying there's a Fairyland somewhere? No, saying someone probably came up with the idea somewhere. See, I say you click on it and then you might not click on the right thing. This is neat. Like, we'll just say this might be like a power. Dude, this could be like a strength power up. You got like so this would go under spells. See, like it seems silly, but like I know what spells and like power ups should look like because I played enough games. You change that thing. I mean, like, this is just cool. You just leave it on all day and it generates these over time. Like, I literally, and then you can modify them yourself. You know, if you're a professional particle effect maker, then like you can just use these for brainstorm ideas. Just fly through like I am. We had better navigation. We could probably like make a navigator on the game. I'm looking in your direction. Cool. Bubble thing. Oh, yeah. This is our premier. That's awesome. If you had a club, and the side of the club would have all these bubbles going across, like the wall, you're like, that's a cool club. So that's gonna be all-star. It's gonna be a movie. No, we can always make a movie later. No, I don't have time to like sort. Like I do like a general sort. Like it's like it doesn't have to be a perfect sort of like What's this? Oh, it's bats. This is not very horrific though. It's like light bats. Watch out! The bats of light. They're coming. Can't stop here. It's bat country. Alright, so we'll close the bat lights. When they summoned Batman, what was that like? Put the bat signal. This could be the bat signal. I don't know. Still put it horror though. It's like horror, but it's like not. It's like the cutest like light bats there possibly. I'm trying to be ferocious as I being light. It's like a kitten, the most ferocious kitten ever. It's still. I like these things. I always put these unpixelated. See, like, 'cause it's pixelated because like you see like the space in between hand looks. It ends on a glow. So I guess I'll put this on a glow. I've put it on a pixelated before, so hard to say. See, this looks pixelated still too. If it's unpixelated before, I'll put it there. Like I said, sometimes the categories are blurred a little bit. That's okay. It's a bloom. This is your standard bloom here. I get the standard bloom, like, because everybody likes these standard blooms. So what happens is, these things are cool. There's lots of these things. It's like I start to see a trope, and like I categorize it. And like I say, these give you ideas for like particle effects. So if you're a professional, you make money. You're making like $60 an hour. Like to pay like $150, that's like 2.5 hours of worth of work for something that's going to give you brainstorm ideas that you could never figure out ever. Like, you know, it's like, this is like, even for professionals, this will save you hundreds of hours of work. This will make your work easier. Who doesn't want to get paid easier, right? You know, so for professionals, you get all these brainstorm ideas. Oh, I'll do that. And oh, you can make it better by doing this. And then you tweak up a couple things. And boom, you're like, but like for people who aren't professionals, you become a professional. You can actually professional particle effects instantly. You know, they're saying like professional instantly. What the heck? I think that was glowy. Where'd the glow go? Oh, did I get the wrong thing? Oh, you know what the thing is? I think it's one of those things where like, in my generator, I have 2 particle effects that like, yeah, so I have 2 particle effects here. I think what I have to highlight them both. See if I can highlight them both. Be tricky without grabbing more stuff, you know. I draw a box here. Not very boxy. That's not what I wanted. Literally nothing what I wanted. Oh, the box have to draw around the whole thing. Okay, we were a little bit closer. What I have. So I go to this thing, and then I'll angle out, and I'll see like, I'll probably get, what the, that's trippy, dude. I didn't know you could do that. Whoa, whoa, whoa. So we got that. Let's select the one. That's the one I want. I'm learning something as we go along, right? Okay, so then I'll make it think of 32339. And I'm gonna put like an assemble. Because they're not assembled, right? I have to I have to tear them together. Create order. Assemble. Be honest, that thing together is actually cool. So we're gonna drag and drop this to assemble. I can't drag and drop multiple things. Is there any way to view only what you're looking at? Like right now, what I want to use in my interface is to be able to like, oh, let's just drag one at a time. Oh, I can't. Heck? Okay, that's one thing. That was also one thing. So like I'm gonna like in the future versions, like probably when the edits really soon, I'm gonna like just I want to tier it. I think you can only drag and drop one thing, huh? So like, I'll just tear them out right off the bat. But for right now, like I'm looking at how we upgrade this thing. There's less upgrade to do. This is like, it's like upgrade I was not planning on doing. All right, now I got that stuff. Then we go to one. All right. Anyway, we'll close out the simulation. Like, oh, you know what? Let's finish up. See if there's anything cool in here. So you do an eyeball check. Anything cool? Any particle effects I don't want, and they're on disk. They don't go away. You have to clean. Like one of the things you have to do in this thing, you have to clean up your disk cache every so often. You run this for months on end. You might run on disk space. But if you run it for months on end, you probably won't run on disk space with modern computers anyway. But like, you want to clean it up sometimes. because I don't want you run. I don't want you. Oh man, I closed the program. I lost it. Right. That was the most amazing particle effect. I'll never see Shangri-La particle effect again in my life. You know, like but like it's on disk. You can't accidentally close it and lose it. Lose the scene, which is like, I mean, this is cool. Like it's just a basic, you know, white beam. So it'll go under flamethrower. Flamethrower in line, like they cross the line. I'll look at what I have for flamethrower. It's kind of cool. These are some saved particle effects I have from late. Oh, we do it later. Anyway, let's make sure there's nothing else we want. We can all just generate new stuff. You know, like this is super cool, super cool. Let's close it out. Let's close this out. This one, and we're gonna go back to this assemble. We're gonna assemble this. See if we can assemble this there. So this is there. This is there. This is there. We're gonna set on the inspector. We're gonna inspector 0, 0, 0. Okay, so that's what we got. That we assembled it. It's like a beam of light with like some fire. You could imagine this would be like, you know, in like a foundry sector or something. And I think all we have to do is just do this. Children of each other. And then we go back to like project, and then rename this assemble one. Then we'll put assemble one over here. I'm just trying. This is something I've never done before right here. I've done. Okay, so then I can just probably grab assemble one. Yeah, check it out. That's cool. Then we'll probably kill these ones off. I probably don't want to kill them off. You know, we'll worry about that later. But anyway, it looks like, yeah, that's, you know, just standard stuff is done on Unity. And then if you want to export all these things, all these particles, you know what? Maybe I'll leave these particles available. Here, let's make this particle available for free. People are upset. Don't post this stuff. You know, it's like, okay, whatever. Here, free particles. Now what do you think about me? How you like me now? Export package. So we'll be exporting this. And while we're exporting, I can't do anything. Okay, so export. We'll export assets, new project files, particle. One. You know, let's get rid of the bork because the bork doesn't belong here. Bork. What the bork was is when I was coding it originally, I forgot to like I forgot to I wasn't saving the materials, so it would randomize the materials. So so exporting this particle effects probably shouldn't take very long. Only a couple particle effects. This is like what Unity is designed for. Get some more food in me. Oh, good morning, guys. I start my day out. We're about to close out the rano particulo. Thank God we had a good time in development. Like, got a little cross static there. My one guy that would post like one time in that one forum. Oh. By the way, we're going to be, oh, there it is, random particular new package. 12.3.2. Then I guess I'll upload that to my web server. I wonder if I can upload it to the thing. Oh yeah. All right. So like I said, it's odd to see. I never heard of Ember Gem. What's Ember Gem? Oh, that's for explosion. That's specifically explosion. Mine's for general things. All right. Anyway, here we go. We go to Twitter. Spam it up. So, uh, all right. All right, there we go. I just told it the notch. Let's there we go. There's that. Put it there. Spam it on some gap. Like I said, social media censored itself because it censored us. It's like once you censor everybody, you're not just respected anymore. So I just posted everywhere. So put that there. So I use the sessions. I gave them some free particles. And then let's just, I think we're closing this out. I think maybe let's play some League of Legends here a little bit. Get my day started. I hope everybody has a good day. You know, loves the way. Hey, I pray you have a good day. You know, hey, if you ever want to test that God's real, you know, and you start praying for stuff, right? We're talking about miracles, the proof of God. You want to prove God's real? It's real easy. So when miracles start happening, it happens. So like it's what does it say? Like you know, God's way is above our ways. We can't just like experimentally test God. Like, oh God, here, help me so I don't trip over. I'm gonna try and jump down these stairs and hope I land really well. You know, it's like, well, you probably wreck yourself eventually. You know, or like the devil tested Jesus. Jump off the temple. You know, God will carry the angels up so you don't fall and kill yourself. No, that's called testing God, right? You can't experimentally test God. You can't get a repeatable experiment where you're forcing the hand of God every time. I mean, that's very like prideful. You know, very prideful to think you can force God's hand. What you can do is pray for stuff. You know, and if God wills it, He'll do it, right? And you can pray for all sorts of stuff. You know, it's very specific. Like there's one guy that said, well, I prayed for, I'd get a gift from someone that had a green shirt, a purple shirt, a black pair of pants, and like a white tie or something. And he got that, right? So like, it's very specific, you know, something like that. Something like, you know, these very specific stuff. When you start praying for very specific stuff and it starts happening over and over and over and over and over and over again, you start compiling the stats and you can get statistical proof of God because these things should not be happening over and over again. A statistical proof of God. But you have to be a statistician. You have to understand physics. You have to be educated to understand that. So it's not for everybody. Most people, just follow love and everything's turned out pretty good. And I think even when you follow love, not everything turns out. Look at Job. He did everything he could do. He served God all the time and he got it all taken away from him, went in pain. Look at Jesus, man. He was on the cross. Did nothing wrong. Never hurt anybody. He came on earth and help people and never hurt anybody. He lived the life of a humble carpenter, just getting his wages, And after he did that, he was John the Baptist is out there saying, "Repent of your sins, the kingdom of heaven." He's like, "Stop being evil." God, the kingdom of heaven is close to you, man. You're close to heaven, man. Stop being evil, right? And then what did they do to John when he said, "Stop being evil"? Heaven's close. They put him in prison, right? You can't just be. Look, there's the Romans, man. They got us here, and well, at least the Jewish authorities are like, keep us in check and everything. You're out there just being a radical, man. That's how people get like hurt by the Roman Empire. You can't be out there going, preaching to everybody on the street. You're not allowed to do that. We're oppressed, But John the Baptist is like, I'm free. I'm out here living in the desert and camels hair and eating locusts and wild honey. And I do what I want. I tell people like to be free, not to be evil. There's nothing wrong with that. You can tell people not to be evil, but they're like, that's a political threat. You're going to jail, right? So John the Baptist out there. Repent of your sins, the kingdom of heaven is near. Repent of your sins, the kingdom of heaven, and they're like, okay, come with us. And then So the Roman, the soldiers got him, imprisoned him, and then so that day Jesus heard about, oh, hey, John the Baptist, the guy baptized, he's in prison. He in prison for saying, repent, your sin, the kingdom of heaven's near. Guess what? Gee, that's the day Jesus started his mission. He's like, oh, he got in prison for that, saying don't be evil. I'm gonna go back, don't be evil. He's gonna be out straight up. What are you gonna do? Prison me? So he goes out. He spent out 3 years. He was homeless. He was homeless. He was just moving from place to place. He never hurt anybody. He healed people. He fed them. That's loving. When you heal people, you're deaf, you can hear. Well, thanks, man. I mean, to a certain degree. Sometimes you don't always want to hear them. I have 2 uncles. One uncle just talks and talks and talks. The other one is a conscientious worker that has a hearing aid. So when he's in the car with the person just talks and talks and talks, he turns his hearing aid down. So sometimes it's a blessing to not be able to hear someone. But in general, be able to see. Healing people the sight and eyes. They say healing people. That's a loving thing. Feeding people. That's a loving thing. He actually empowered people's dignity, right? There's that one woman, small village, right? And she married 4 or 5 of the men and had bad things happen. It was a falling out. You're falling out, burning bridge. You don't want to talk to that person ever again. Now imagine that every person in the town you had a falling out with, they freaking don't like you. She couldn't. They wouldn't want to even let her get water from the well. She had to go in the middle of the sun, dude. I don't have water in this place, man. At least I can just drive down to Walmart and get some stuff at the refillable Primo station. You know what I'm saying? But she had to go out in the sun, man, all the time. So she was very ashamed. They would be mad, throw dirt at her and stuff. You jerk. Why'd you do my son? Yeah, he did to my son. He did my son too. How mob mentality is. She doesn't want to start that. She's very ashamed that what she did, right? And Jesus come up, starts talking with her. Why do you want to be hanging with me? A Samaritan doesn't want to associate with you guys. And he's like, no, it's all right, man. I talk to anybody. And he starts talking. Like, yeah, you know a lot about me. Wait, you know everything. You're the Messiah, right? He's like, yeah, you got it, man. This is the Messiah right here. It's like, and she's like, I'm gonna go tell people. Yeah, you go do. Jesus is like, go tell some people about it. So she goes and tells these people that hate her, I found the Messiah. How crazy is that, man? This lady, they're like, oh no. And then she's saying she has the Messiah now. What the heck's this lady's problem? They come and talk it. And Jesus starts telling them wisdom they don't know. They start telling them about their lives and how everything operates in the universe. And she just brought us the Messiah. So she went from the most shameful, throwing dirt at her head and hating her and throwing curse words at her face and hating her to the most exalted person in the. That's the lady that brought us the Messiah. They love her forever. Those families, when you're in heaven, it'll be like the Montagues and the Capulets. But except they're together. We used to hate each other, but now we she brought us the Messiah, man. It's just all meant for a reason. They saved her, they saved me, and they saved us together, and we're all together, So even though they didn't like each other, Jesus fed people, he cured people, and then he gave them their dignity back. And he never hurt anybody. Not sinning means you don't hurt anybody. He never robbed someone. He never slapped someone upside the head for no reason. He wasn't out there doing South Park stuff, making fun of people. Jesus never hurt anybody, man. So he's the most loving person of all time. And I definitely had a reason why I segued into Jesus being super loving, but I don't know, just have a good day, man. Love's the way, man. I'll be around. You stop Good News Gym Live, whatever. I'll be around forever, man. The guy at Planet Fitness has a really good thing. He has long hair, and he's in the he's a hippie thing, And we started getting along, we were joking, hey, we like Team Samson, long hair. And then we ended up becoming really good friends. And he had a really good saying. He says, "I'm not a human having a spiritual experience. I'm a spirit having a human experience right now." And I really like that saying. I'm going to stand by that because when we get to heaven, our bodies are not going to be human necessarily. You could be like a bear. You could be like a dragon. You could be like a bear dragon in heaven, and that's a fact, man. You'll be like an angel. You could have wings and stuff. You could look more exalted than any of these stupid fantasy stuff that man can imagine. That's if you stand in love. If you stand in hate, harm, and getting down and nasty and trying to trample people, you'll be worse than a pig, man. In hell, man. You don't want to go to hell. Stay away from hell. You think you're on the way to hell? You can just easily go, Jesus, my bad. I messed up. Forgive me. I did some really terrible things. Jesus, I did this, I did that. And you start thinking about all the terrible things you did, and you say, Jesus, I'm sorry. And he'll be like, yeah, no problem. If I didn't forgive you, if I was unforgiving, then everybody would go to hell. You know, but he died on the cross so that we could not go to hell. I think it had something about like him being homeless or something, and you know, and then he's died on the cross because he loves you. You know, he did all this stuff 'cause out of love, man. He died on the cross, and he lived a homeless life, never had his place, didn't have a bunch of stuff. You know, he still was cool with everybody. You know, still cool with everybody. So if you don't have a bunch of stuff and everything, just be cool with everybody. You know, it's like oh yeah, he suffered. Okay, I'm reeling it back because Job suffered. He suffered. And they do your life. You can suffer for like not doing necessarily anything right. So I'm reeling it back in pretty well. Thanks God. So the original topic was like if you pray for a bunch of different things. Like I encourage you, pray for like stuff. Like pray for people to be healed in hospitals, pray for the poor to be fed, sick to be cured, pray for police to be upheld and respected, and do well in their job. Firefighters to be protected. You know, firefighters like have like what a 7 times worse chance of cancer than anybody else because they're up sucking in like flame retardant couches getting burned up and stuff. You know, they're getting the chemicals in. So pray for the firefighters, police, paramedics, doctors, nurses, anesthesiologists, surgeons, and like the American military and Israeli. You know, to protect us from our freedoms. You know, you pray for what you want, man. After you're done praying all that selfless stuff, praying for your family. You know, everybody has health conditions. You pray for your family with health conditions. You say your selfless prayers are infinitely more. Start praying for. You can pray for selfish stuff. You know, it's like, hey, you know, if you want to meet a guy, you want to meet a person later on today, and you're like, hey, hope someone just gifts me like a taco, or like, so if someone gives me like a burger or something, they can do that, right? And you start praying for all sorts of stuff. Like one time I asked my mom, I just like I told God, like literally, I was on a walk. I'm like, hey, it wouldn't be awesome if my mom brought me home hot sauce. So I'm on a walk and I want to come in. Like mom just pulls right in my grandma's driveway. She does that like maybe she's done that like maybe like 5 times ever because she doesn't like driving in the driveway. So that's like and I've been down grandma's for 20 years. So like the odds is a 1 in 4 years. You know, of any particular. And it had to be that particular moment when I was walking in. So it was a moment thing. Okay. So I'm walking down away from after I was doing my walk down this lane. There's maybe like a 5. I'd say how long would it take me to walk? Like 100 feet. It's like let's just say a 30-second window. So once in 5 years, in a 30-second window, there's a lot of 30-second windows in 5 years, right? You don't have to do the math on that. What's 3,600 seconds in an hour? So that's like just 120 moments an hour. 24-hour thing. We'll say the waking days. We say 14. Since you don't want to do 24 hours, you want to do the waking hours. It's 14 hours a day is waking when you be like walking around. So 14 times 120. We said 120 moments per hour times 14 hours. I'll just round it off to like 100 times 10. So it's 100 times 10, and we'll add some change into it. So 100 times 10 is 1,000. Then you add change, let's say 500, because it's the 40s and the 20s and stuff. That's how you actually do math. It's very accurate. So you got like about 1,500 moments. Wait, 120 times 24. I think I got it's 15. Oh, I'm so stupid. I'm gonna grab a calculator. So we know it's 120 moments in an hour. We know that's right. And then there's we say there's a 14-hour day they can be awake. So that's 1,680 per day. Times 365.25. That scientific notation is excessive. That's for like 4 years, and then times 1.25. That if you want to add 1 year to 5 years, that's how you do it. So there's 767 moments that she could have pulled in, right? So she pulled in my driveway 5 times. Well, she didn't pull my driveway until she shot me. So she pulls past down my place maybe more than 5 times. Say like maybe 50 times. Yeah, let's say 50 times in 5 years. So that's like you divide this by 50. How many times she's done it? Okay. So since this is 767 moments, 30-second moment windows in 5 years. Okay. This is I'll write this down actually. You know. So I'm going to explain this one miracle. So we're talking about you can ask for anything you want, and I just zeroed on this specific miracle right here. So let's say 767,000 moments, 30-second moments, and that could be off by an order of magnitude, or my math could be off, but it's generally what you do. 30-second moments for 5 years. Okay. and then she visits 50 times. So you divide 50 into that, and that's for those particular moments. So she visits 50 times past my house. Oh no, she does draw. Okay, well, we want a specific moment where she delivers food or something to me. So she 50 times with stuff, with stuff. Okay, so because she drives past my house all the time, every day, a couple times a day, you know. So when she's actually gonna give me some stuff, okay, she gives me stuff a lot of times. So she gives me 50 stuff in 5 years. That's about right. So we divide that by 50 for a specific moment when she gives me stuff to be right there. So the odds of her just being there, right? The odds of my mom just being there with stuff is 1 in 15,000. Okay, is the odds of my mom showing with stuff. Okay, so I already prayed for. So I prayed for hot sauce just driving walking down the road, right? So like odds of my mom so I walk up and I'm walking home. I got something for you. I close my eyes. She says, "Close your eyes." I'm like, "I'm not closing my eyes, Mom. I'm putting something in my mouth. I don't know what you're doing. You should trust your mom and everything. But like, I'm not gonna do that, Mom." And so we drive down. And she's okay now. And she gave me like a nacho chip with hot sauce, right? So times she gives me hot sauce, maybe 3 times in my life. 3 times in my life over like I was like 40 at the time. Let's do the odds, okay? Number of times. We'll round off that. My mom. My life, like 5 times. Let's round up times in 40 years, you know. And then you multiply the odds of that, which is way less than this, you know, by that. Yo, it's my butt. Let's go. So I'll wrap it up. It's like so like it's like if the odds of that. So let's say 30-second. Odds of that 5 times a year. Like I don't know. Like this number up here is like way more than 15,000. This would be like in the millions. You multiply something by millions by 15,000, you have something in the trillions, right? So it ends up being like in the trillions. So like just me. So like I just pray for like it sounds stupid like well you think you pray for hot sauce so like what's like they think oh God can't why would God give you hot sauce when they're starving people in another country? Well because like his ways are above ours, man. Like he doesn't have less power to do stuff if he just does one thing, right? Hey, hold on a sec. Hold on. I'm finishing up. Hold on a second. I'm finishing up a really long video. So when you end up praying for a bunch of stuff, it's random. Just random stuff. After you pray your selfless stuff, for the police, firefighters, paramedics, people be fed, people be cured, good government for the people, and then the world do well, and people embrace love. Then you can pray for yourself, and you pray selfish stuff, and you can pray selfish stuff that's very specific. And if you're able to calculate odds, like a physicist, a statistician, you can prove that God's real. It just literally, if He gives you miracles, like I said earlier, and that's why I reel back in. We reel back in when I talk about Job and Jesus. Even though they did good, they still suffered. So even though you could do everything right, maybe you hold back the miracles because that could be your test. Do you have faith in love? Do you have faith in love? You should have faith in love because God is love. And catch you later. We'll be doing some random particular later.